All the pretty girls stand up. All the pretty boys stand up.
Pretty boys in the building.
Sway. This right here is my sway. Sway. All the girls are on me. Damn. Everybody pay attention. This right here is my pretty boy sway. 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 Girls on my rank. Pretty sway. Girl, screw my name. Sway. Pretty boy sway. Pretty boy sway. 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 Girl, on my rank. Pretty boy sway. Girl, screw my name. Pretty boy sway.
Soldier.
Get out the way. Pretty boy coming through.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another stream with Swaggle Haas. Happy Friday to everybody out there watching. We got a very special night in store for you guys here today. We got another Comic Connect auction going on, some Bobby Blue books up for sale the past couple days, and then a few more tonight as well. A lot of EC stuff coming up. And like we did last time with the guests I'm going to bring on, we thought that it'd be fun to do sort of a watch along, a stream, have something to have on in the background while all you guys out there are bidding on these books and picking up some great comics tonight. So we're gonna have the stream. I'm gonna bring on the guests and do that stuff. But before I really get into that, before we start to talk about the books, let me just do a little bit of housekeeping stuff like that. So if you guys could, every time we do these streams, if not for me, certainly for the people that are taking their time to be the guests here, give the video a little like, give the stream a little like. These guys are putting in their time and hanging out here and sharing their knowledge and information with us. So we got to at least support them with a like and get some viewership on the channel. But before I also bring them on, let me just say hello to some people in the chat here. Of course, we got to say what's up to everybody. Gordon says, Ryan, jump on these deals. Well, I'm sure Ryan is definitely going to be jumping on these deals. He's probably already jumped on deals. Princess Cheese says, I think it's more likely they just kind of talk about the prices, which is great. Well, we'll see, Prince of Cheese, as I start to ramble and you guys are like, why is he rambling? It's because I had to just put in a little bid right there, a little bit right there. So not are we only just talking about prices, we are also bidding ourselves. We also got GT Key Comic in the house. We got Como Comics in the house. We got Automatic Comics in the house. We got a bunch of people here. The Money Mastery Hub, yo. Good to see everyone. Combat Cobra, hi everyone. Hope we all have a great day. And Flexponymous says, I snagged a sweet deal on the SS485. Hey, congratulations, man. That's awesome. Congratulations on the pickup. Well, we got our guys backstage. I think it'd be great to sort of bring them on. And without further ado, let's give a round of applause, a thumbs up. One's in the chat for Ryan from Automatic Comics and Drew from Como Comic Books, returning guests here on the channel. Last my partners in crime for the stream. Tell us what's going on. How you guys doing?
Just already spent a bunch of money tonight.
I'm just living vicariously through Ryan. Just helping him spend that money. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
I get the
we'll definitely get into what you picked up. I mean, you'll have to share it. I mean, I don't know if you're still planning on bidding anything else tonight.
I always say no, but then
yeah, we're not going to talk about those ones.
We've heard that before.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great to have you guys back. Again, another night, Bobby Blue books. I think there's some cool like EC ones coming up. I'm sure, Drew, that you're excited about those. Being the EC guy.
Always.
What do you think? Did you have any ones in particular that you got your eye on, or you have any ones in particular you want to talk about that you're not bidding on?
I'm going to behave myself tonight.
All right. Well, we'll see.
At least that's the plan. I mean, that only goes so far, I suppose. But no, I'm excited to kind of dig in because this week's been nuts for me, so I haven't really had a chance to dig into it too much. So I'm going to be learning as we go here tonight, and I've already got one book that's about to close that I'm watching. Just a book that I like, nothing too fancy, but yeah, there's some good stuff tonight, so I'll be interested to see where we wind up.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about it. I mean, we definitely have some of these books going on at the moment, and we'll kind of sort of juggle it all, do a live commentary. But I do have one special guest, so actually a couple of special guests that I see here in the background. But we're going to bring them in, one at a time, so we can do proper intros here. But one of the mans of the hours tonight, returning onto the YouTube channel once again, Vincent Zerzolo himself from Metropolis Comics, Comic Connect, comic book creator now.
Hey.
So thanks so much for hopping on the channel, Vince. It's good to see you.
Thanks so much for having me. It's been an incredibly exciting week for us here at Comic Connect. We have been working our tails off every day and night trying to get as many people bidding as humanly possible. And we're still dealing with the market that's in flux. There are still things that are correcting from the pandemic boom, and we're watching that as well. But we're also seeing some incredibly strong results. I can just give you a couple of for instances. We had a Famous Funnies #1 that sold for $25,000. That our pre-auction estimate on that I think was about 15. And we had a Fantastic Four #11 and 9.4 that our pre-auction estimate I think was about 20,000, sold for 50,000.
Wow.
I'll give you something in original art. The Crow, we had a splash page from The Crow #1, which is one of my favorite comic books of all time. It's the only comic book I've ever read in my 52 years on this planet that brought tears to my eyes. Absolutely. And I was lucky enough years ago when I had the Comic Zone radio show, which we are going to be bringing back next year, to interview James O'Barr, and he explained the inspiration, and in a very sad manner, what for The Crow was his fiance was sadly killed by a drunk driver, and that was the inspiration for him writing The Crow. When you learn that, I mean, I'm getting choked up even talking about it. It's very sad. And so you get this idea in your head that comic books have affected people in so many different ways, and lending themselves to becoming creative, lending themselves to becoming collectors, investors, readers, writers, you name it. But The Crow splash page, our pre-auction estimate, when I was talking to the consignor in the summertime, was $10,000. I said, you know what? I think it could do somewhere around that. And the guy was like, that's amazing. I'm a huge Crow collector. And I was like, I wanted to buy it from him, but I said, your best bet is really put it into the auction and, see what happens. It sold for $55,000. Wow. And a guy's texting me as the auction's ending, and he's like, my family's been having a really hard time. We finally caught a break. And I said, that's great. He's like, thank you so much. And I was like, I'm so happy for you. I said, next time you're in New York, dinner's on you. He went, ha ha ha. And he said, dinner. How about the hookers? I was like, great, hookers for everybody.
That's a guy who knows how to show appreciation.
Good spirited, and I was really happy for him. So one of the toughest things about being an auctioneer, obviously, is because you're not only dealing with people that you just meet once, but you're dealing with people you have relationships for a long time, and you always want to perform for them and perform well. When you can and when you do, it's very happy. I don't want to paint a picture that's everybody wins in auctions. There are always times when things don't go as planned, and those are some of the worst experiences for me, because I do have a lot of personal relationships, and I also take a lot of pride in what I do in terms of being an auctioneer. And I don't think a lot of auctioneers will talk about this very candidly, but I am saying it because, again, we are in the midst of a market that's in flux. There are things going up, there are things going down, there are things settling. Modern, bronze, silver, and golden age to a lesser extent have all been affected by the changes in the marketplace. But what's really been exciting for us this week is we have seen a tremendous passion and excitement for a lot of the books in the auction. And we're talking about the Bobby Blue collection, which we had the inaugural selection of Bobby Blue books 2 auctions ago. And well, not this auction, the previous auction. And we hit it out of the ballpark. it was bananas. Down market in flux. Bobby Blues were immune to that, and they just crushed it over and over again. We hit record after record after record after record for the grades the books were in. I sometimes double and triple and quadruple what they had gone for previously. I will say that the Bobby Blue collection was incredibly promoted on social media, not only by our company during the auction, but previous to that by the consigners, Flip Mode Comics, who I was very happy to have an opportunity to talk to and to win their business. We've been friends, we've become better friends. And again, incredibly happy for the success these guys have had. They're great guys, and they did a bang-up job. I was watching their videos every day. I was like, wow, this is so much fun. They're like traveling across country, opening a box every day, showing people their books. Super cool stuff, and they just did a great job. Jamie and Felipe, you guys rock. And the books even tonight. I've been getting texts from people who have been buying Bobby Blue specifically because of the collection name, and telling me, oh, I just won this and I just won that, and they're so happy, and they are paying premiums for those books. So that's a strong part of the market. It's also the selection of books from that collection. You have Golden Age, you have 1950s, you have Atomic Age, whatever you want to call it, but you have different genres, and every genre in it, there's these great covers, and just what an incredible collection that was. One of the thrills of the year for me. So we're watching everything end right now. Let me see if I can go take a quick look at some stuff here. We've got some big books still ending. Tales of Suspense 39 and 80, sorry. X-Men #1, 8.0, which is kind of low right now. It's a signature series, Stan Lee, and it's a CBCS book, but looks really good. I remember when this book came in, I thought it was a sharp copy. I put these in order by highest bid, so I just wanted to go across a couple of the bigger books. Tales of Suspense 39, 7.0. I'll tell anybody out there who's watching the show, who's thinking about buying something tonight, if you're looking at the right time in the market to buy stuff, this is the right time to do it, especially for Silver Age Marvels. You're getting a break. And what I've seen throughout my career in comic books, you'll see peaks and valleys. And when the valleys hit, they go higher the next time than the previous peak. Seen it so many times, and it's going to happen again. Comic books are here to stay. People love them all around the world. We have so many international bidders and buyers. It's insane. Another book you should be looking at is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1 and 9.0. It's a great book. Great book. The X-Men #4, CGC 9.4. That book it hasn't ended yet. It's got a couple hours, but you'll see that book is gonna pop. It really is. It's gonna do really well. Or it should. Tales to Astonish 13, first Groot. I remember when this book was bananas. Anytime I am Groot, everybody was going nuts. That's a great book to pick up. I love the pre-hero monsters. They're awesome. Giant Size X-Men #1, also I believe now an undervalued book. A year and a half ago, it's an overvalued. X-Men 101, Phoenix, first Phoenix. And that book, it shocked me when it first jumped up in value, but it has legs to it, and it's incredibly important in the history of the X-Men and comic books in general. One of the coolest storylines ever, and everybody's heart was broken when Jean Grey died. I mean, it's just, these were the comic books when I was a kid that you just like. I remember I'd look at the Mile High Comics ads, double page spread, yellow ad in the comic books, and I didn't have any fucking money, and I'd sit there and go, wow. I was like, I don't know, 10 years old, $5.95, $15 for these X-Men, and you'd go to stores all over Brooklyn and Queens, and you couldn't even find half of them. And my brothers too. The first X-Men I ever read, my brothers are 10 and 11 years older than me. First X-Men I ever read were 95 through 100 and Giant Size 1 because they could not get their hands on the 94. They couldn't afford it or they couldn't find one. So, and wait till you see what I believe will be a resurgence in the Marvel Cinematic Universe once they get their hands on the FF and X-Men. I think you're going to see a new chapter for the MCU that's actually going to be very appreciated and popular again, because I do think they're going to get FF right, and I do think they're going to get the X-Men right. Not that they were wrong before the X-Men. I think the movies have been great, but I think they're going to hit some home runs. I can't wait to see who did they cast Wolverine yet? I don't even know if they cast him yet, but whoever they cast for him, that's going to be awesome.
I certainly hope they do. I mean, everybody.
Nothing official.
You know, they haven't had the greatest little stretch in these past couple movies, but everyone is very, very excited. You know,
I should mention also, I'm just seeing Thrilling Crime Cases, awesome LB Cole cover. That book.
I was like, don't mention that one.
Don't bid on
Read
it.
the writer. Like there are certain books we don't talk about.
Should have put that in the chat.
Tomb of Dracula number 1094. That's a great book. Anytime you get a chance to bid on a USA Comics, those are great. One of my favorite comic book issues. I love Venus 17, 18, and 19, especially 18 and 19, especially 19. It's my favorite, probably my all-time favorite cover, Venus 19. I happen to own the Spokane copy. It's a 9.0, single highest graded copy. My theory is that book's probably worth 150 grand right now. I wouldn't sell it for that, but I just love that book. And let's dig into some of the Bobby Blues. You got Voodoo number 2.
Yeah. Let me do this. We got a couple gentlemen that are in the background that you mentioned before. You know, maybe the other men of the hour.
You don't want to talk to them. I'll say it much better.
But we got Philippe and Jamie from Flip Mode.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey guys.
What's up, guys?
Cheers.
Cheers.
I made the joke, Vincent, to Jamie. You know, you were talking about the last auction, how well and successful it did, and I said to Jamie, I was like, you know, are you going to name your yacht Vincent? Because I feel like you should.
Yeah, I want to get a ride on that. I think I got West Coast hookers. You got to send those to the East Coast too.
All I know is looking at Vince's office. Are those Houdini cuffs on your wall?
Those are Houdini handcuffs over
Oh
there.
my God!
They're about 100 years old.
Let's see. Show us.
I kept looking at the safe, and I'm like, "Are those actual Houdini?" Oh,
And I got Houdini in the safe.
Oh.
it was a bundle deal.
God.
Man, this is some of my favorite stuff. I got. Oh, you know what's cool right here? I think I showed this to Swagger last time when I was on, but I got the Cosmic Cube from Captain America: The First Avenger.
Nice.
Are you?
Cool. Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
That's so cool, man.
I'm
That's
just
really
happy
cool.
to see the big chap chilling out back on the safe. Love that OG Xenomorph fig.
Yeah.
So, what's that?
The Xenomorph, the 79
The
killer alien.
Yeah.
I had those as a kid. I had one of them as a kid, and I mentioned it to a client of mine. He bought me one, and it was a really nice gift. And then somebody else got me one. I must talk about it a lot more than
There
I
you
know.
go.
It's really cool. So now they're my guardians in here. So yeah, the auction is going great. There's so many awesome books, and the Bobby Blue collection it's just been such a pleasure for me and my staff to work on and process and get ready for market. And it's a special collection. In the olden days, that would have just been a pedigree, and damn CGC, or if they weren't even around. But that was a pedigree collection back in the day, and it's a really special collection because regardless of the grade of the book, what's exceptional about these books, they all have this beautiful color to them. It's just like a little extra glossy, shiny, vibrant, deep, rich printing colors. It's a testament to how they were stored, I believe, and these. I think for one of my clients who bought something tonight was asking me, "Do you think the Bobby Blue name will hold value, a premium value, in the years to come?" And I absolutely do, for several reasons. Number one, there were no books here that were $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 books. So you have a lot of mid to high and high tier books prices, and I think will allow for them to grow because they're scarce type books, and because of the positive reaction the marketplace had to it. Sometimes you'll see pedigrees that when they come out, they sell for crazy numbers, and then a year later they sell for less, and then a year later they sell for less. And we've seen those for some pedigrees, and it's not every single book across the boards, but if you've been following the market, you probably know the pedigrees I'm talking about. But this is
Yeah.
not. This is a pedigree it's gonna stand the test of time, in my opinion.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
does
yeah.
Sensation go for? That
I think it's go for
I
around
was- I was-
50-ish.
It's
So,
like
yeah, let's talk about this.
57 or something like that.
This
Yeah.
was kind of one of the big ones. Philippe,
56.
you buy this or
Yeah.
no?
No,
Yeah.
let's not
So
talk
I
about
got
it.
it.
You got cold feet.
I got it.
No,
The thing,
I
the
got
thing
it.
about
I
that-
got it.
the
I
thing
just
about
didn't
that
want.
book- The thing about that book.
I got it.
But you did?
I can't tell if Felipe is joking
Yeah.
or not.
Yeah, I can't
No,
tell.
no, I'm serious. No, I bought it.
I'm
got
not
it.
able to
It's just-
disclose the buyer of
it's
any
just-
comic.
oh my God, are you
Yeah,
serious
yeah.
now?
Vince
Are
cannot,
you
Vince cannot
serious
confirm
now?
or deny. Did you really get it?
I got it. I did. I got it. I because Jamie and I were on FaceTime together, and he was like, "If you're not going to get it, I'm going to get it." I was
Yeah.
like, "But why?" Like I was just, and then but I got it. Yeah. It's
I was getting super upset
yeah.
at him.
Yeah.
He literally waited. And he's like, "Oh, I didn't get it." I'm like, "I told you if you're not buying it, I
Yeah.
want to buy it." Because
Yeah,
on
yeah.
these books, like I don't want to fight him over it, you know.
But the thing is, like from the very beginning, when we were even at Mr. Blue's house, and then this book popped up, I was like, "This is mine." Like I even told him, like, "This one's mine," right? but
When
yeah,
I picked this up and I had him take a picture, I actually holding it. And he took a picture like this, and I'm holding Sensation 1, and I'm just like, "Holy smokes!" It was just a surreal moment
It's
to
such
hold
a
a
great
book like
comic.
You
that.
guys know,
You know, her
Yeah,
first.
but you
her
guys
first
know, like,
cover, second appearance, just such a great book.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
pretty. The biggest takeaway was that the spine is just the paper is really thick. So he says when I took it to Mr. Nelson and he looked through it, and he goes, "This presents much nicer than a 6.0." He's all, but the spine, because of you can't even see it, but it's the paper just is like slightly cracking.
Mm.
It's not torn. It's just the paper is almost 85 years old. So it's just a really thick paper back then that they used.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, look at it. I mean, does that really look like a 6 for the most part? So it's really strong. So he was just like,
it says Bobby Blue on the back, which is cool.
Yeah.
Originally, it had Bobby Blue on the front, right next to
The up
January
top.
6th.
yeah,
Up top, yeah.
yeah.
But
Scott-
I was real
Scott-
cool with.
Yeah, Scott removed off the white, but we left the yellow because it's just you can't really remove it off
on
the.
back.
Just
Off
to let
that.
everybody know, there's a bunch of really nice golden age Bobby Blue Supermans ending very shortly. So if you're looking
Yeah.
Yeah.
at that, take it-
I don't remember what else is. Let me see real fast. What's
I mean, for me, one of the really cool things about the Bobby Blue collection, though, is I think what really helped it was the story behind it. Like, it's cool that it was his mom putting his name on him, so that when he brought him to school, like and trading him around with friends or whatever, that he would get him back. I think that's a fun story that goes with it.
Yeah, he a very interesting gentleman that to hear, because when we sat there and talked to him, and unfortunately, he is getting up there in age and stuff like that. He did suffer recently. Was it? I don't want to say, but he had a medical condition come up. He's okay, but it's just for the family purposes. But yeah, the story of him and his dad, and it was his books in the earliest part were just what his dad went and bought off the shelf. So it was like, Superman 5, 8, it wasn't each week because it was 10 cents. His dad was making $2.10 a week in the late 30s, early 40s. And so his dad would take 10 cents of his wage and just go to the newsstand and buy his son a book. And so think of the value of what that is per wage, to a comic book back then. It's just pretty of how much weight that his father had on, providing this entertainment, because that's what it was. It was entertainment back then. No one thought about these.
Like a loaf of bread or two, maybe at that point.
Probably because you're talking, there was a penny actually had value. back then,
Right.
So, and a lot of the small towns, I mean, a lot of people just would, someone would make bread and someone would have milk, we're going through some of these little towns that we were going out to his place, and it's just like, oh yeah, this town was founded in 1800s, and where horse and buggy would come through. He was talking about, still, even in his lifetime, so, but
Right.
yeah, it's the family was it was really good, really nice. So
It is definitely an amazing story, and yeah, I hope I'll do my part to keep the spirit of it alive, because I got to just say, I bought this.
what did you get something?
I
That
think
was a
this-
baller
did you get
cover.
something?
Yeah, dude, this is such a baller. book right here, man.
You were nickel diming this one. I was sat there watching it. I was like,
Yeah.
man, it's just $10.
Yeah. You gotta go down to 2 seconds and then let them know.
I did that. I
Gotta
did
play
that
the mind
yesterday.
games.
I did that yesterday for 2.5 hours for a book.
For Super Doug, dude.
I wanted.
Oh,
for
that one
Super
lasted
Duck.
forever.
Yeah.
I was watching that
was
when I was like,
me.
holy crap, this book is still going.
I literally was $10. $10.
Oh my God.
$10. I'm like, I want this for my granddaughter. It's one of those books that just, it's not anything crazy. It's just, there's none available. Like even Vincent said on his thing, it's like, this is only like the second or third copy we've ever had of this book,
Right.
and that
And the
tells
only
you
reason
the
I remembered
rarity.
that one is you talked about it in one of your like live streams
Yeah.
on Instagram. You were
I gotta be
you were
careful
talking
about
that
showing
book.
like stuff that I like out of the Bobby Blue, because I might want it, and I'm just like, look how cool this is, So
Yeah.
that was a fun one. So you got the Another World. I like both. I sent in both the really cool covers of Another
Yeah, that
World. The other one
zombie
was
swamp cover. That
Yes,
one's awesome.
that
I love-
one
that's
is
that's a great
super
cover.
cool too. But this
Yeah.
one is. I love the girl in the mirror.
Yeah.
That it's
I
just,
personally love this one, and this one is way cooler than number 4. So anyone who owns this one knows what they're doing. But I actually, I picked it up because it's a Norman Saunders cover. We did the eyeball one, right? That's like everybody
Yes.
loves.
yes.
But he's like a incredible pulp artist, and pulps are so hot, So
Oh.
I'm like, all right, well, maybe there's some. Who knows? Maybe he's got some potential.
That has a feel like a pulp cover.
Yes.
it really
the
does.
painted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all his he did a lot of the pulps. Like you look at his all these pulps. He was like one of the main artists for them.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Ryan, I know you picked up something. Anything?
Tonight, or you mean from you?
No. Just in general, no, I know you picked up from me personally, but I'm talking just this auction. Anything?
I bought. It wasn't a Bobby Blue. I bought the 7. There's a 207 Cs 4, and I was in a bit of a bidding war on that one, but I finally I had gone biking like right before this, and I got back and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have time to bid on this. And it kept going. And so I was like, I'm putting in one more bid and then we're going to go take a shower. And if I've won it, I've won it. And I came out of the shower and I'd won. I was like, all right, because there was no way I was putting in another one. I didn't want to put in that bid. But yeah, I had just sold my 7C6 and I wanted to get a 4. So this was my chance to go for it.
Yeah, Vincent had a 9.6 Mysterio white pages I was looking at. And I forgot, and I had to go run an errand, and I didn't even get to see what it went for. And I was like, "Am I going to start my Spider-Man collection over again with this book?"
No, I wanted the 14, man. I was going after that 9.614.
He was. He actually Flippin was bidding on it, and I was like,
Yeah.
and he's like,
I was bidding on that 129.96 and 14 as well.
Yeah.
14, yeah.
Oh, you guys just buying up all your own books. You're going back.
Well, it's kind of our thing,
It's kind of tough because for one, the story. We told you this because of the partnership between Jamie. It's only fair. I don't want to take any food off his table and vice versa.
If it's a standard book, sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sergio, congratulations.
and because we just don't know what if any of these books. I mean, some of these books are bringing an extra premium because of the Bobby Blue name on it, and because of the pedigree type style of the collection. So we don't know. There's some of these books that literally there's been no recent sales. Like we're like, what's going on here? And
like whoever bought that first Super Duck that just kept bidding it up.
Yeah.
I definitely set the market on that one.
Slow and
but I don't
steady.
care.
Just keep it going.
Yeah.
It is a fantastic book.
Yeah.
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 All right, guys. I'm sorry I haven't been talking much. I've
No.
been texting and emailing with clients who are asking about bidding and things like that. So I'm sorry if I went radio silent for a few minutes. I know people still see me, and I'm like just looking down.
No.
I haven't been listening to the banter and talk, you guys. Everything you guys are talking about. I am going to head back to accept a bid with a client on the phone shortly. But again, thank you to everybody out there who's bidding with Comic Connect. Thank you for your support, the consigners, the bidders, the winners, the runner-ups, the 10 guys down, the runner-ups. We love you all. We thank you very much. Happy holidays to everybody out there. Have a beautiful, safe holiday filled. Hopefully 2024 will be filled with peace, love, and prosperity for everybody out there. And everybody here, guys, thank you so much. And keep the passion you have alive for comic books. It's something that we're really happy about. And before I go, I want to just show you one cool thing that came in.
I thought you were gonna.
Wait, hold on. I gotta show
Oh,
you.
wait a
It's
second.
so cool.
Yeah.
I just got these in.
Vince has a cool thing in his office. Who knew?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
First I've
kinda
heard of
extra
that.
Cool for me because it's my book, but we just got these
Ooh.
foil versions of The Addiction #1, and you can't really see exactly how it
Very
looks.
shiny. There you go.
Those
Yeah.
are cool.
The
Catching
light
some
hits
light.
it, like it goes all colors and stuff. It's just really pretty and really neat. So we're going to be getting these back up on our website soon. Our store is down right now. We're working on a couple of things and updates. But
When's
it's
the next Netflix show coming out?
I'm in talks with a couple of different people who are interested in the IP, and that's really exciting. But nothing yet, and that takes a long time. It's really funny. Like I know guys who have had characters for 30 years. They make their money off of options. I hope I get to that point someday. It'll be fun. But
Mailbox
right
money's
now,
where it's at.
today we were just working on the colors for issue 3, finalizing that, and we put that one to bed. So we got issue 2 will be coming out, I think, early January digitally, and then issue 1 will be out in comic book stores, I think, in February or March. So there's a lot of exciting stuff going on there. I never thought making a comic book would be as difficult as this is, but I will say it's opened a new door for me in terms of my experiences in this world, and also creativity and certain things. I'm looking at hopefully some big steps in the next year or so. So that'd be great. Yeah.
Very cool. Well,
Thank you, guys.
thanks so much for joining us, and good luck with the rest of the auction.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
We're gonna finish strong. Take care, guys. Happy
holiday,
holidays.
man.
Vince.
Good night.
Take it easy. Peace.
Later, Vince.
Well, there he went.
I thought he was gonna say Biden. I thought he was gonna say Biden 24.
Oh.
Get the promo.
Oh my god. I actually thought you were gonna say something else. I'm okay. I'm okay with that, to be honest.
Wait.
I'm
Some
fine
guys
with
start
that.
drinking already.
I'm always afraid of what-
Yet.
Please don't
Wait,
say-
wait,
I swear, I just like. I remember monetization on this video. Okay, so let's keep it to decent. So, yeah.
You're gonna owe me some of that sensation money. You just
No, it's like
I
Swag
can't
it's
he's
do
gonna
one
make
thing.
those like $15 from YouTube. So
It was actually, it was funny actually seeing Jamie's reaction, because I told him like, hey, I didn't bid on it, but I already had one. And he's all, did you get it? Did you get it?
Swear.
He's all like, oh,
did you even know did you even know he was bidding on it at all? Or were you just like
No. We had an agreement. Like we talked about way before we sent books off. I'm like, what are you interested in? Like, because I like, dude, if he wants it, like, what am I gonna do? Like, fight him over it? No, he can have it. So I said, but if you are not gonna bid on it, I want to buy it. And he goes, and so we're sitting there watching. I'm like, are you bidding? Are you high bid? Like, we're sitting there watching the clock, and he's all, I didn't get it. I didn't bid. I'm like, dude, I got super freaking mad. And I'm like, dude, are you serious right now? I would have taken it. And then that's the first time he's like, I got it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. But
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
Cool. I love
Sorry,
it.
I got my Super Duck. I don't care. Oh, he bought the Batman too. He bought the Joker
yeah.
Batman detective.
Like what deal? Was there 69 or like Batman 11 or which?
33.
33 was it?
Detective 33. The one they're playing chess.
The one
Oh
that
no,
plays
that's
that.
Batman.
Yeah,
Batman
Batman.
23.
Batman.
The Batman 23. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Batman
Yeah, Tech 33 is
yeah,
Three-
Tech 33
three
is a whole.
Joker.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, sorry, wrong. Yeah, that's true.
I can tell you, we're gonna have a good sale with this 9.0 TMNT one. Just
It's
looking
really
ahead.
high. I was like, oh man,
Yeah.
Como's gonna like this.
Yeah, I like that.
Wait. Really?
Yeah,
What's it at?
it's
Yeah.
over 20.
It's at 20,700 right now. The last sale was in October at a flat 21,000, but I'm still licking my wounds from that 9.2 that sold in November for 16.8. So I'm liking this. I'm liking
For
it.
which one?
TMNT
Tumatur?
one. No,
Turtles
TMNT one.
Oh, the turtles.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why I can't find it.
It's a 9.0, right? They got one up for
Yeah, there's a 9.0 and then there's there's another one.
I'm afraid to
What was it?
refresh my page because then I'm going to lose all these other ones that we
Nice.
maybe we
Yeah.
talked about.
Let me click back.
Yay!
there's an
It's
8.0 as well.
coming
Look at
back
that.
up.
Yeah. Except yours is written all over. I don't like
Yeah.
It's double signed on the inside.
that. Yeah.
And I had Eastman sketch the turtles for my granddaughter.
See
Right
that
on.
again here. Oh yeah.
Every time Kevin comes around, I have one of the oversized hardcovers reprints, and I have him sketch something else inside of it. But I don't want him to draw on my actual book.
So this was a set of 1, 2, 3, and 4 in Raphael. So they're all double signed on inside. So I had them all graded, and I had them sketch on everything. So my granddaughter has a full set of the early turtles when she gets older.
Very nice.
So yeah, I'm excited. I saw this. This is like I swear this is. That dip that whoever got that deal in that 9.0. Whew, that was a score. Was it like 16?
16. I was the underbid on that one. I was like, I'm
Wow.
helping out some Como, like trying to bid. Yeah, I was the.
That was
I didn't want to go anymore.
There's definitely even some of the Bobby Blue stuff. I was like, oh, someone got a great price. I had a book price at like 15, and it went for like 7, and I'm like, ooh, someone got some smoking deals. So there, even on Golden Age, there's deals to be had. You know, Vincent isn't wrong on certain books for sure. So, but I always say buy what you like.
Absolutely.
You can't be upset if you just buy what you like.
Buy these EC ones right here because you know what's cool.
Yeah.
You know what's cool about these EC books
Mm-hmm.
is that you guys hit like 7s and 8s and stuff.
Yeah, they're nice. They're nice grades.
You always say it's always like you either get a low grade reader or a file copy.
Yeah, so this is the era he bought himself. That's why there's no Bobby Blue on these. This is when he was literally, you could tell when he went from superhero and then when the early horror and then he just all horror. Like he didn't even bother with superheroes anymore. And he bought 2 issues into the postcode, like 1953. And he's all, I quit. He's all, these books are dumb. He literally goes, these are not even exciting anymore because they went from like rated R for teenagers to G. You know, so that was the biggest difference. So
And that Tales 20 is a heck of a buy right now.
what is? Let me see.
It just clicked up to 2021, but you're looking a 6.0 sold last month for 2,800.
Yeah. No, there's like I said, there's like it just depends. I think also this close to Christmas is really tough.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So that's pretty hard as well. So
Unless you're Vault 35, yeah.
But it's there's we have quite a few more ECs coming up next auction.
Actually, the next auction is going to be tons of like sci-fi and all pre-code, basically.
Very cool.
So,
Oh wow! So you guys,
yeah.
how much Bobby Blue stuff is kind of left as far as like the
all the
I
westerns, right?
How many? No, well that
Yeah,
stuff to get graded. How many
Yeah.
boxes we still? How many
we
boxes?
got,
4 boxes.
there's about 3 or 4 shorts still left. Yeah, but it's all
they're
basically all
the
pre-code.
Golden Age boxes.
It's all
still-
pre-code.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's probably there's probably there's another round about 450 books, not including what I have to go back through and look through everything again, and then there's 8 file boxes of Western cartoon and even EC stuff I didn't send off because it was. I'm like, you know what? I'll have a couple shows with like the very affordable EC stuff. That's that people can have and stuff like that. We'll make certificates and do that. So
Yeah, I'm
But
gonna
I think we'll be
paying on
done.
that one.
yeah. Well,
But superhero stuff, I think that's it. There's no more superheroes. I don't know if the third option will
very,
have
very, very,
superheroes. It's-
very.
what
Wow.
about the Atlas stuff here?
Wow.
Yeah, there's Atlas
Nice.
stuff here. Yeah,
The-
there's gonna be
crazy
tons
cover.
of. There's a lot of Atlas stuff. So
I will say that the Everett stuff I've been watching Bill has been blowing up this auction. Like everything we have of Everett has been over what I projected. So
Yeah, I was bidding on the Menace 1 and Menace 5 yesterday.
yeah.
I did not win either of those. I
Yeah.
thought I went pretty strong on the 5. That one I really wanted, and I was 2 bids back. Like it just like someone else wanted it more.
Yeah. The blacks on that cover are amazing, but it's just got that stain.
Yeah, I
was just
noticed.
like-
Yeah, the back had a pretty strong stain on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right there too on the front. But yeah, it's
Oh,
but yeah.
I meant the Menace 5.
Oh, the Menace 5,
the
yeah.
zombie,
Yeah,
zombie
yeah.
one.
Oh my God, the Menace 1.
I
think
don't
it
have it saved.
was
so I
a
can't
6
pull it
was
up.
a 6.5, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. He says
That
it would have
one
been it would have been a 9, but there was a tear on the cover.
Hmm.
I'm like, oh my God. I don't even know what that would go for in a 9, So but yeah, it's been interesting to say the least. Day 1 was a little light. I was a little nervous. Day 2 was much stronger, and then day 3 started off pretty solid across the board. But of course, the titles are more desirable, on day 3, on the Supermans and the Sensation sold. What was up with Sensation 5? Why did Sensation 5 sell for what it did, what it went for?
I was only watching the Sensation 1, so why did it go really high?
To me, I mean, much higher than I anticipated on the Sensation. What is
I don't have it in my cache.
That's the problem. Yeah, it's like if you don't have it saved or
Yeah.
marked, you can't
I
get back
can't,
to it.
I can't
Yeah.
look it up.
Yeah, I'll have to. Since let's see.
Well, what it was I might have marked it if it was a Bobby Blue. Let's see.
If you maybe send me the private chat link. And then I
Yeah,
can,
let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, I was just like I was pleasantly surprised. So, but
a lot of these tails are ending for very nice prices for the
these are good
buyers.
deals. Yeah.
Yeah, I was bidding on a few of them, but then I got kind of distracted, and I'm like, it's okay. I don't need to spend more money.
It's like,
no. Like let's see, the Tails 21. What did I have? What I think the Tails last sold was Tails 21.
Like the 22 went low. I was actually
yeah,
wondering if maybe you were bidding on that, Mickey.
No.
I was like, maybe I don't want to bid on this one.
Yeah, I had that for like $2,000-ish.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't far off. It ended at 15. That's 17.25 is where it actually landed.
Yeah.
The 21 at 11.55.
That I only had that one going for $800.
Yeah, so you did pretty good there.
Yeah. What did the 20 go for? Is the 20 sold
It's
yet?
still-
or no?
it's still
Yeah, it
going.
did sell. It sold for about.
No, it's still going. It's got 30
hey, I
seconds
got a
left.
bid.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
I was
just
throwing in
under
a couple on
25
that
right
one.
now.
Yeah. The 23 is locked in.
Yeah, that's the Ryan joke here. He's just literally every Every 10 minutes, he's like, yeah, I think I'm done buying tonight. I think I'm done buying tonight.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's too cheap. I'm gonna throw it a bid.
Yeah.
I just can't let other people get deals. You know,
That's
I just
right. There will be no good times had when Ryan's in the room.
Yes.
Yeah.
We appreciate you, Ryan, for all your hard work there.
So I said, like, auctions probably want me watching because I'm just like, you can't have that deal. That's I'll pay that.
Some men just want to watch the world burn. You know?
But yeah, when I told Vincent about you guys, and he's like, "Oh, dude, of course. I think this is really cool."
Oh, I won the 22. I didn't realize I won.
Oh, well,
thought I got
congratulations.
Oh god,
You got a good deal, man. I'm sitting here. I'm envious, and I'm envious.
I didn't realize I won it. Like I was like, I just bid and then I forgot about it. And I was like, oh, somebody will overbid. Like I was like, I went too cheap because that's such an awesome cover.
Yeah, it's
It
a
is.
shame
Oh,
about the
amazing.
wrap being a little off. It's a really sharp looking book, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, the reds are really nice.
The reds are-
Maybe
Reds
it's
are
more
easy.
saturated
The
than
whites are
mine.
clear.
Yeah.
yeah, reds
That
are
is-
nuts on that one.
If I were
Yeah.
ever to chase a Gaines file copy, it would be that one. That's my absolute favorite. Tails.
Got to pay for that one too. I should check, make sure I didn't win anything else.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Oh, nice.
better than mine, you know?
Mine is free. It's not in a slab. It gets to breathe.
It's readable.
Exactly.
So
Nah, that's a nice deal right there, Ryan. I'm a little jelly.
There was a question here for you guys, Flip Mode guys. He said, were there any Chetler books in the blue collection?
yes.
I think so. Yeah.
I think there was like 2 or 3. I don't remember. I think the first auction had a Chesler. Oh, there was one that sold.
Was
a
that
dynamic
yours
There
or
was
no?
Dynamic Today sold. That was a Chesler, not a very popular one, but
Was that really big dynamic sale yours or no? Was that
yeah, that was ours.
the
The Dynamic,
the 4.5?
Dynamic 8. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Dynamic 8 that was in there. That was a Chesler. I believe there was only like 2 or 3. Yeah. So tough, very, very tough books to come across. I think the Old Man collection we had 3 years ago had about 8 different ones, and then one of them was a highest on census that we ended up selling at Raw to, I think, Golden Age Guru bought it. If I don't know, it's Jeff from Golden Age. One of the it's the one where the lady looks like she's at an ATM, but it's not an ATM, but she's getting like a gun to her back.
Right.
Dark blue cover, but I think that one ended up being the top of census. If I'm not mistaken on that one. So
The Tales
I
46
got a question here. I'm new to older horror books. What dictates their value? You guys have any?
Cover content.
red dress,
Yeah.
skulls,
Eye damage.
eye damage, grotesque, and red dress.
There you go.
If-
Yeah.
She's
But
blonde.
it
If
is
she's
also
brunette, nobody
it is
cares.
also the quality of the artist though, because like there
Yes.
are some that have all those things and they aren't worth anything because they just kind of look cheap, kind of like
Sure.
they just don't look good. But I mean that's why like the ones where you've got like Lee Elias or just like any of the EC cover artists, or I mean LB Cole and those kinds of guys, like just the ones that are it's like you can tell it when you see it, like there are some books that
They got
like there's a
Riz.
lot of the eerie books that while they have a lot of that cover content, they don't go for as much because they feel just they're not quite at the same level as some of the others. Same thing with like some of the earlier Witches' Tales books and that kind of stuff. They just like you can tell it's like when Lee Elias starts doing them, it's like they completely change. Or
Chambers
there's
the same way.
Yeah, for
yep,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Harvey
what-
got lucky when they pulled him in to start doing their covers.
Congratulations on that Chamber of Chills 19, Ryan.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely still have it. that is mine.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
no,
it
yeah.
took it home.
All right, where are we at right here? Let me see. I don't know if there's any specific.
I threw up some of the nicest looking Walt Disney comic stories he had. I'm curious to see how well they do.
Can I just say something, man? This Walt Disney what is it, 33, the Infinity cover.
Are you buying it?
I mean,
It doesn't
I
go
want
for
it.
as much as you'd think it would. It
It-
never
That's
does.
crazy.
If
Like,
you don't,
I know
you better buy it because that's his favorite. That's literally his favorite Disney cover.
it is, but I'm not going out, dude. I'm tapped out, man. Are you kidding me?
Hold on.
Freaking Sensation 1.
Hey, Ryan can buy that, and then you're back in the game.
I don't have that.
He's all gamey afterwards, so you know.
But this is like one of my favorite. This one and the War Bonds cover. But
Yeah,
this
well,
was,
that's
like,
the crazy
last
thing. The,
one.
the yellow War Bonds cover doesn't go for as much as you think it would, and neither does this one. Like
Yeah.
both of those are great covers, and I always think they're going to sell for more than they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say that the Bobby Blue Bugs Bunny, some of the books actually sold. I mean, but we had a 9.2. One of them was a 9.2 1948 Bugs Bunny, and I think it went for like $600, and I was like, whoa, you know. So
I
there
don't
are
see the
those
Merry
Disney
Melodies
guys.
near as much as I see the comics and stories.
Oh, that'll be on the next auction. Merry Melody is #1.
Oh.
Which
Is it
band,
graded
man?
yet or no?
I'm sorry, what?
Is it graded yet? The Merry Melodies #1?
No, we're still waiting on.
Not yet.
It got
Oh.
checked in 3 weeks
I
ago.
think we're thinking it's going to be like a 1A 2.0. We're hoping. Yeah.
I love that. I love that one.
Yeah. Still, it doesn't fall
Yeah,
off
I
the
think
turnip
that-
truck every day.
I think that book is way undervalued.
I feel like I've only ever seen, like in auctions I've watched, I think I've only ever seen it sell twice. Like it is definitely,
There's
and I
so
and I
many
watch a
major
lot of
first
auctions.
appearances.
So,
What do you have the Venus going for, Ryan?
what?
The Venus
19?
18 or 18? We have a Venus
There's two
18.
Oh, the one where they're in the boat.
Yeah.
I didn't price any stuff out for this one, but you know,
Oh.
we can. I try not to talk about it before it sells because I try not to influence, you know. But
No, I got you. And that cover, a red dress, like death skulls, like all of it.
well,
Blonde.
so that's the thing. Like I know Vincent was talking about Venus 19, like you know that's his favorite, and like for me, like I like other ones more than Venus 19. Like that one, like I think that I like that cover more.
Yes.
Than 19, like it's
But
got
19,
way more-
but 19 has that striking. I mean,
It's just icky.
yes,
It-
and Red Hood, Robert Red Hood has the 8.5 second highest on census from Black Cat
Cat.
Collect. Yeah, and he was, that was, I think he paid close to
Like,
6 figures on
yeah,
that
like,
one.
I mean, yeah, I know. It's like I feel like it's one of those things where it's like in the Golden Age groups I would get like strung up or something, but it's the like that one just-
that
one doesn't. It just
Part
and
of the
it's all,
question
it's all
is
appeal,
do you
but
like it?
to you,
Absolutely, yeah. So
I think it's safe to say nobody cares about MODOK anymore.
why is it that bad?
Yeah.
There's some
I
super
don't think
deals.
we're going to break into the triple figures for either of the copies on the auction today.
Yeah, no one
Wow.
cares about MODOK right now.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
notice,
$80.
Yeah, we haven't talked about any of the
Look
TOS.
at that,
Any...
$7,400 on a Groot. I mean, it's a rare. That's one
Yeah.
book we've never had. I've never had, and Felipe, have you ever had one in the time? We've never
No.
had that.
It's
That
just
sales.
7.5 is nuts.
Yeah.
That's a crazy. We were
Yes.
talking about that in our like private chat
Mhm.
before. That like you usually see that book in like a 2.
Yes,
And
but
as it's sitting right now, it's still a decent buy compared to even like the 6.5 that sold in July for $87.50.
yeah.
So this is still a pretty good looking opportunity for somebody.
Well, it's one of those books that it always concerns me, and I realize he's much more kind of in the cultural eye now and all that kind of stuff. But it's like I've talked about this before, where if you go look at the older Overstreet price guides, like I have some from when I was like a kid, it's not even broken out. It's just
No.
like
Oh, no.
it's
It's
just
part
like
of the
Tales
group.
to Astonish 1 through 15, or it's probably like 10 through 15, and it's just a flat price. It is now. But
Sure.
it's that kind of thing where you just makes you worry a little bit if they like stop using the character, if the
Wait,
dies
are,
off a
are
little
we
bit,
not
but-
all collecting Overstreet price guides? Like you don't have an entire shelf of them like I do?
Actually, we came across a collection where it was 2 on up first editions, the
Nice.
hardbounds. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
didn't.
hardcovers
He
really.
he kept the #1. He wouldn't
Mhm.
sell it. Part of the he was
Mhm.
like, I'm keeping this. I think it was
Yeah.
1972 1971 or 2, I think, is the
Yeah.
first.
Man, like
thing to it.
2,900 for a 5.5. That seems
Yeah.
like a pretty
Us-
good price.
And this is a book you don't see on walls either. When you go to cons, you
No,
don't see
you
Groot.
don't.
Like, it's one of those books you just don't see.
Last sale on a 3.5 was $25.49 last month. A 4.0 went for $22.80 last sale
Wow,
last month. So, yeah, it's
that's pretty good.
Buyer's market for Groot right now.
Well, look,
Yeah,
look,
I mean, like
look
silver.
at look at
is
Ant Man.
tough.
Look at I mean, how much time is left? It's $1,700 for a.
That's like a
for-
1.8 though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty
yeah,
ugly.
but that's still like, isn't that like
I mean, I had bought I think a 1.8 or a 2 pre-comic boom for like $900.
Mhm.
So like when I consider
Yeah.
that, like, yeah, I mean maybe it's down from what it was, but it's still
yeah,
it's still pretty pricey.
I'm right there with you because to me, in my mind, that's still like an $1,100 or $1,200 book. That's where I would be a buyer.
I mean, it's
out on
like
that
it's like him and Doctor Strange are in that same. I mean, Iron Man, I guess, but Robert Downey really pushed Iron Man to the forefront of grade A. Because he was always like the B tier Batman for the most part, forever. When it comes to that type of stuff.
And it's like I'm looking at this TMNT one, not to bid, but to.
Is
I
it
can't
still
tell if
going?
it hasn't hit its 3 minutes
Yeah,
yet.
it's still up ahead a
okay.
little bit.
But it's just like I don't know if it's just the picture or if this one has a really good print strike, but that one
Wow.
looks really sharp.
The
I mean, part of it
pinks are
could be
really
that Comic
rich.
Connect uses the black background. Maybe it really helps that one, but
Yeah.
that looks really
Well,
good.
And this is also,
Hey,
I
you
got
know
to
this-
look at some of these and talk to Vincent at C2E2 last year. This is from Kevin Eastman's Uncle's collection. So if you crack open the inside of this book, there's a shout out to like Frank Miller and Jack Kirby. And then they also thank Quentin Eastman, who literally bankrolled them so they could print these things.
Wait,
So
wait. In this one?
Yes. Yeah, it's
Gene, to go bid
Oh,
on
it
it
does
right
say
now.
Quentin Eastman collection. Okay,
I
that's
want to
cool.
say Vince told me he had, and this has been a year and a half ago, C2E2 2022. I want to say he had like 19 copies of the first print of one, tons of just very early promo stuff. So they had some really cool, and may still have, I don't know what all they sold through, but just some really impressive TMNT stuff from Eastman's uncle.
Wow. Actually, I have. Let me see if I have it real fast. Hold on a second. I have something. This is pretty cool. Where is it?
Oh, this group is putting up a little bit of a fight here. Maybe
Hanging
we've,
in there.
maybe we've pumped up the market. Someone in the chat. is
We
bidding
should
up.
have talked up that 5.5 a little more. I mean,
Yeah,
geez.
I know.
So we bought a collection a while ago, and this was really trashed. But I was like, so it was just a TNT
Oh, yeah.
Turtles.
Turtlemania.
Okay, yeah. Except that
Is that
on-
a silver?
no, but on
Okay.
the inside, it's actually the first copy ever sold
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
publicly.
That is awesome.
Wow.
So
Number 2.
yeah, ever sold. Even though it's just like
Oh,
wrecked.
yeah,
that-
like,
that-
okay, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that book will be available this Sunday at our Christmas sale. Make
No.
sure you guys check.
this is for my granddaughter.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Reverse auction it. Reverse auction.
Yeah,
I
and
snagged
Absolutely.
I snagged a really clean copy of that out of a big collection I bought about a year ago, and the wife talked me into holding on to it, so I'm glad I did. I still can't believe though. I mentioned the silvers. Like I can't believe we still don't even know what all the golds look like. Like in
Well, that's
the
what I'm saying.
modern
Isn't-
world.
isn't there a
oh, you
gold
mean
one?
with
We
the
have a
sketch
picture
on the
of them.
back? Oh,
Yes.
the sketch. Yes.
Yes, there were
Yeah.
10 of them, and I think we know what 8 of them actually are.
I've seen one in person.
You're one up on me. I've never
Yeah.
seen one.
I don't think I've ever seen one, and I heard about them. They were some podcast or something I was listening to, and they were talking about it, and just like how extremely rare, and it was
Mhm.
like one had come up for sale, and it went for some absurd amount of money.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've never seen one.
Yeah,
I
there's-
mean, maybe they popped up on like Heritage or
There's
Comic Connect or
literally
something, but-
10% of the print run that we don't even know what the sketch on the back, or 20% of the print run that we don't even know what the sketch is on the back.
My buddy owns a store, and he got a collection from a gentleman, and I guess they did a Save the Seals book for
the
this.
Watershed book.
Yes,
The
he
little
got
mini
one.
comic?
Yes,
Yeah.
and I'm so mad that I didn't buy it from him.
Yeah, that thing's
and it went for but it went. He threw it up on eBay years ago, and it went for like $100.
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't even know what and it was mint. I mean, it was
You
mint.
cannot sell obscure stuff
No.
on eBay. Like that's like the one. That's
Yeah.
the one thing. Like, I mean, like eBay does pretty well, but like obscure stuff, if you auction, you're gonna get wrecked.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, for
just like,
sure.
that is not where
Oh,
you go.
TNT is a 1888.
Yeah, it caught a bid, so we're up over just.
Yeah, see,
under
someone heard me saying, I'm like,
22,000.
oh, that color strike is so
I know,
amazing.
it's a pretty one.
Should crack it, and have Rocket Comics press and clean. You know?
I've got a guy that comes and sees me pretty much every year when I'm at Planet Comic-Con in Kansas City, and he has brought 2 different copies of Gobbledygook 1 to my booth over the last couple years.
Like the black and white.
Yeah, the real one. I actually met him. We were standing in line, Eastman's signature line, the first time Eastman came, and I saw him shuffling some things to get ready to have him signed, and I thought I saw a Gobbledygook, so I just kind of, he was like one bend in the line in front of me, so I just kind of took a step up. I go, did I just see what I think I saw? He does one of these things where he just kind of peeks it out, and I'm like, oh, dang. And he wound up finding my booth later that day, and he'd already taken it back to the hotel, but he was coming back the next day, so he brought it in. And if you go to my website or wherever, there's pictures of me holding this thing, just looking like a pig and shit. I'm just so excited. But last year he walks back up and he does the same kind of stuff. He just kind of slowly zips open his backpack and pulls out another copy. I just take a step back and I grab a box. I start pointing to my wall. I'm like, I'm going to start filling this box, and you tell me when to stop, because I'm going to give you this box and I want that.
From what I
Unfortunately,
understand,
that was a buddy of his, so I didn't get it.
I think CGC said they will not grade because it's literally
No,
Xeroxed.
they grade.
Eastman
they
has
grade
to
them.
verify
He
them.
has to verify.
Yeah. Because I know they graded Eastman's personal copy, and it sold way too cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just like,
I feel like I'm always surprised that how much cheaper 2 goes, because they were
Yes.
printed at the same time.
Yes.
Like they are. It's not like it's actually later, but I think it's like a mental thing. Like people think
It's all those
it came
Fugitoid
later.
fans, man. They can't pass up that sweet first appearance.
Mhm.
Everyone wants to be number 1. You know, there's no number 2s.
Yeah.
You know?
that's
But
why
yeah.
you just, when you do it, if you have your own comic book company, just do number 1s. That's all you do. Just
Yep.
release number 1s. That's it.
100%.
Continue the story in number 1. You know.
I think that's actually
We all knew number 1.
Well, that's what you were
unironically
talking about in your
Marvel
video
does.
today, Mickey. You know, like
Oh,
one of the gimmicks.
exactly.
That
Two number 1s, man. It's number 1. Let's go.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
What is the last couple sales for this right here? Like
For
how
the
far off?
9.0?
I mean, a
I
lot
think
lower
we-
than that.
Let me get back there.
I,
Yeah.
I think we priced a 9.0 for like 16K, right, Jamie? The last, because we literally just sold the first.
Oh,
print, what,
yeah,
like
we
2
found
weeks ago?
we found 4 first prints this year in collections.
Yeah,
Wow.
but the last one we sold, I think we put it about at 8.5 or so.
I think it could have been a 9, and we ended up selling it.
Yeah.
We asked $15.99
You sold it
raw,
for 15, right? I think.
but we gave 10% off to everybody,
We gave
so they got 10%
yeah.
off. So they got $1,500 off that book. You know,
This
Yeah.
sale will be the high water mark for the year.
wow,
Mm.
recovery on. It's also white pages, which is like,
Correct.
you know, those books, they just absorb the
Well,
paper.
Yeah, that newsprint was so crappy.
Yeah.
But yeah, one sold in October for 21, and this one's currently sitting at 21,721 with the BP.
I mean, it's really surprising with that, because like that 9.2, like
yeah,
I mean that
somebody
one.
got a hell of a deal on that.
Yeah, it's
that
like
was good.
yeah.
You're like, oh, I didn't get it.
Well, I mean, I've bought too much stuff lately, so it's like, I was like, oh, I spent a bunch on that Comic Link auction. I'm not going to buy anything here, and I've now bought 2 books already.
Yeah.
But you know what's interesting is it's like, you know, I do those index videos. I try to do like market stuff and whatever. And like, you know, the last one I did, I call it the wall of worry, because I'm like, everyone's buying and it's like kind of getting hot again. And it's like, oh, is this like a real thing? Like, you know, because everyone now kind of accepts like, oh yeah, it's crashing. Right. But then maybe maybe this is like, oh, well, no, maybe this 90 TMNT is, you know,
I mean,
selling
because
on a
I
high
keep waiting
reason.
for it to like. I'm wanting it to drop more because give me a chance to
Write
buy it cheaper.
down.
But
Well, right. That's what I feel like too, right?
Lock
Like
it
it's
down.
like, oh, it should technically correct more based on how other things have corrected more, and maybe it will, but like maybe not.
I
You
tell
know?
you what, guys, it was a third print 8.0. Somebody got a hell of a deal on that. It sold for just under $565, and a 7.5 sold last month for $900.
Third print. When I sold my personal collection, I had 2 third prints in there, and he graded both of them, and one came back at 9.8, one came back at 9.6. And he sold the 9.8. It was the first 9.8 offered, and I think it went for 25 grand.
Holy crap!
Which is almost half of what I charged him for the entire collection.
well, did you see that?
And that's when Jamie said, "I think I want to be a comic book dealer."
Yeah, well, no, I was already a dealer. No, but I was just like, I had to reorganize my life, and things were changing and stuff like that, and I needed capital for something else, and I'm like, So it was my personal and all my dealer stuff. So it was just quantities of stuff that I've just accumulated over time, and it was just, I forget, I was at a state sale or something, and the lady had multiple. I just bought the box with the turtles in it, and they were just cherry. So
did you see that there was that 9.8 third print 7 cover one that popped up that went for sale on Comic Link like maybe 2 weeks ago, and it went for I think 10 grand, 11 grand, something like that.
That thing, I mean, you can get a workout just hauling that thing around.
I mean, I remember seeing that one sell on Instagram because Buzzard Brothers had it, and they sold it in a live sale raw, and then whoever bought it then got it graded, and it came back multiple 9.8s. A lot of those were 9.8s that were in that like seven covers.
Wow, that's crazy. You could almost do a flip book, have Eastman do like a drawing, and then you can flip through it, so the turtles all like, on the covers.
And now it's just a bunch of 9.4s. Have the 9.8.
For sure.
I thought this double cover number 3 was going to go for a little bit more. I think maybe the tough part is the 9. It was a double cover number 3, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. It just sold
the 9.8.
Yeah. So it would be
a lot of competition in number 3 tonight.
But the front cover was a 9.4, so maybe that's what hurts a little bit, But
do you think people just didn't see it?
That was a double cover?
Yeah.
For $500?
Well, it has the premium that hasn't been added yet, so it's like $580.
Jeez.
But yeah, I mean, like the last 9.8 single cover sold for like $760.
Yeah, so, that's someone got a smoking deal on that. I think
feels like maybe like there's nothing here that says, here's a little note to Vince. There's nothing here that says double cover, right? Or it's like, see how it's like underneath the tab over?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's buried under the 15% premium hides it.
Yeah,
that's part of the problem, maybe.
So maybe nobody noticed.
Yeah. What he should do is put the 15% premium as a fixed on the very, very bottom. So
oh God, you would have so much outrage.
No, right here. So it says by current bid. No, by the current bid.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's
Next
fixed
to
on.
no.
So when you highlight,
no reserve.
I thought you're like hide it under where you.
No, not hide. But I'm just saying, like have it just part of it. So that way
he should put it on. He should have it on a separate tab.
15% gratuity.
No, what you should have is like a roll the dice, and it's either 10 to 20%. You take a chance.
Oh man, imagine if that was an option. Like, like you like after you win it, you get to like hit a little button, and it decides what you're.
Yeah. You could pay 30%, but you could pay 5%.
Yes. Yeah. 30%, Lord. Yeah. Double or nothing. Do you want to go for it?
People would do it. 100%. People would do that.
And then not pay. You
We
know,
have got great ideas here. I hope
Yeah.
he comes back and watches this stream and he's like, oh man, like
yeah, it's like
Gambling
Chevy
on-
Chase. What's that Chevy Chase movie, Christmas, where he's like going, "What's my high card?" You know,
Rock,
You
paper,
guys know how-
scissors.
Yeah, rock paper scissors.
yeah, the cheap Vegas casino.
Yeah, the cheap Vegas casino.
Based on how popular comic book raffles are, everybody would do it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Then you go crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't
Dude,
see this.
we,
There's a Bobby Blue The Thing 1 coming up. I don't see that one very often. Like you see a few of the later things that pop up every once in a while, but
Yeah,
that's a
the
pretty cool
Ditko
cover.
covers
I
pop
think
up quite a
I
bit.
think the full run of the thing was there. I think for the most part, because we had the first Ditko cover that sold last time.
Mhm.
And then I think I put up one more Ditko cover last time, a really strong Ditko cover. But I think the whole run maybe missing one. I don't remember, but the thing was pretty solid across the board.
I like how they how they draw inside the title, like inside the thing. There's like all these like little like faces and skulls and everything. It's just something extra I really like about that run.
Yeah, they incorporate some of the art to the inside of into the title.
Yeah,
which is pretty unique. So
is there gonna? So I know you said you had a bunch more books. So is it going to be another Comic Connect auction or?
Yeah, it'll. I think it's March. I think it's
how many are
maybe two
expected
more.
to be in this one?
400-ish. Another 400.
400?
Yeah, I think so. So and a lot of pre-code. I don't remember what's in the
A
boxes.
lot of pre-code.
Yeah,
A lot of pre-code in sci-fi.
yeah.
I don't think not too much superhero. I don't think there's any superhero, but yeah.
I mean, other than the
I think
westerns,
so.
like I mean, that's the thing from like seeing his books pop up. He had good taste in what he wanted to buy. Like when I was watching the stuff like this time, I was like, oh, he has a first Hangman. You know, it's like just like stuff like that where that's like one of the only books he had from that run, and he just happened to grab. I mean, I know he had a few from there, but like they were spotty, and because it was early on, and it's like, oh, he had that one, and
He had all the
You know,
Archie,
Ryan-
like first Reggie went
Yeah.
today, like the
Jackpot.
jackpot. That was first Reggie. The Pep 22 and the Archie 1 had a pretty solid run of Archie 1 through 30.
the Pep 22, he scammed off some other kid.
Yeah. He did trade for that one, so I don't think it was a
all
scam
right.
back then. Today's standard, yes, but not.
It's when you
back
find out he traded his Action 1.
then. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
I was telling Jamie earlier today because I was just like, man, there's got to be like, he must have like lost the box in time or something like that, because some of these books, for instance, like the Submariner, right? It's like 6, 7, no 8, but 9 and 10, and like Superman starting at number 5. It's like, but there are like 2. We do have number 4 and number 3s, right? But they're coverless or something. Like
just
that?
2 number 4. So there was one box of
Two number
coverless that it took me hours, because like the indica's on the inside page, not on a lot of the books. So without the cover,
I don't know how you even
research.
figure that out without
It's-
having like
You literally have to go to
you have to, like, go and
comic
read
books
through
dot
all-
org and
yeah.
search for the story.
I'll tell the audience a secret. Comic book database, and you look for stories.
Yep.
That's the only way to do it.
Exactly.
And then what you do is you actually comic book database will actually list the book, and you'll go story by story, because the title is stories. So you'll be like, and in a lot of the Golden Age books, it's a lot of little mini stories too. So you've got to make sure that this character might be on 3 different Supermans, and I'm like, okay, so let's narrow it down. Are these 2 stories lined up? No. Okay, here we go. Okay, now let's make sure the whole thing is correct. And so you start from the beginning. You're like, so my buddy and I, we spent a fun time, because I was knocking on wood. I'm like, oh my God, he's got 5, Batman 5. There's a shot at 1s, so I'm like, even coverless. And
I mean,
the
like,
earliest was
Heritage this week had a ton of like big key coverless books, and they go for a lot. I mean, there was a coverless 33 went for $9,000. I mean, a Tech 33.
Coverless and pages, it's where it's at right now.
pages, coupons, or just the numeral of Action 1.
Yeah, that
or
one.
Action,
Oh my God, that is
All you
the
need is
funniest
the number.
sale I've ever seen, ever.
That is ridiculous. Like, why have a big slab? I'm at this point, just take a CGC
like,
card. Like,
my
just do the card.
My
you know?
favorite thing was it was white pages. Like that was my favorite thing about the whole.
There is no pages. Like,
it's so good.
Yeah.
Where did they mount that in the slab? Was it
right? It was right in the middle. They didn't do like top left corner.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Like,
They should have just done a CGC card. Like, just do a. They great cards. Just grab one of those slabs and throw it in there. You know.
It's like we kind of joke, like every once in a while, the person putting it in the case is like, screw you, book. And they put that big thing that shifts it to the right. Just like, it's like, ugh.
I'm interested to see where the pulp market's going to fall. Like, from what I saw, when I saw Matt talk about the pulps, for those that don't know, it was very common back in the 30s, 20s, 30s, 40s on up to trim the book. So that way you don't have a bunch of overhang. And if it's old enough trim, they're calling it blue label.
Oh,
well, no, it's all trim. They aren't calling those purple at all. Like, so he did an interview on Fanalytics, and he was talking about how they were doing the grading for pulps. And so he said what they'll do is they'll cap the grade. I don't remember exactly what it is.
Oh, okay.
So they'll cap the grade at like a 4 or something like that, and they'll notate it on the label. So it'll be like if you have a missing page, they still notate that stuff. They'll notate on the label as like right edge trimmed or top edge trimmed or whatever, but it will not get a purple. You can still get purples for things like color touch and that kind of stuff, but the trimming won't.
I'm just curious.
Did you get any pulps from us, Ryan, when we were selling them from the Old Man Collection?
I bought 2 pulps from you guys. I'm not huge into pulps. I like the comics, you know, and so every once in a while I've bid on a couple of like the bigger ones, like that Batwoman one, you know, like the green one, spicy. And but
I will say that the painted covers, like you know, Nick's got that Another World, but those painted covers are, I think they outdo all of any of the comic covers for the most part. I mean,
the tricky part for me with pulps is that, like with comics, if you're talking about like Golden Age, whether it's sci-fi or pre-code horror, that kind of stuff, I can look at a book and I can be like, that's an expensive book. I can approximate, like just from the appearance, I can get a rough determination of value. Pulps, it does not work that way. You can have crazy covers that are worth 10 grand and crazy covers that are worth $50. And it's just like, I don't know how to assess them other than just, you have to look up and know the prices in that like bookery, you know, pulp price guide thing, you know, and it's just like, I don't know enough about them. And I feel like you have to have that inside knowledge to really understand pulps.
That's why I bought this one. Video coming soon. You know, I'm going to talk about all these pulp, you know, just buy up the artists who did all the pulp stuff, but just their comic book version. This whole run is so sick, you know.
I'm just kind of shooting from the hip here, but I kind of feel like pulps are the opposite of like pre-code horror, where it's all about the cover on the pre-code. But pulps, I feel like the story can actually influence the price as much or more so than the cover in certain instances.
Ray Bradbury, you know, stuff like Osmos,
like
Isaac.
The story that the
don't be trying to bring story into a cover as King World here, you know?
Yeah, no one reads this.
We don't read.
By the way, I want to know who's counting the pages of pulps, because I'm sorry.
I assume they're not doing it. I mean, there's no way.
Are they going to weigh them? Like, are they just weighing them? Like, what? Like, like I'm going to send them 100 pulps. Like, who's going to pay to sit there? And they're like $30. I'm like, it's going to take them more than an hour just to count the pages.
Crap,
you know,
I got distracted and didn't bid on the Thrilling Crime.
Tim Holt went cheap.
The Thrilling Crime went way below what I would have paid more for that.
This one
was that first Ghost Rider?
Yeah.
First Ghost Rider, huh?
Yeah. Let's see here.
Wow.
The Tim Holt. Yeah, the Tim
Holt.
Here.
Yeah, it went right at 1,000 and a 3.0 sold.
I would have paid more for that. I would have paid more for it.
3,850.
Because last sale was like 4,400, and I mean those are good colors on that copy.
Yeah,
like,
I mean it's not red and blue. Like he actually moved beyond. He must have got like a 24-pack for Christmas that year.
it's one of my favorite covers that he's done. I think it just, there's so much going on that thing.
Yeah, it's I mean, how many layers are there? That 5, 6, 7?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty bananas here.
It's really, his Gorilla colors are just.
It's for the better. It's for the better.
Yeah, right.
He's
Next
done
time,
bidding.
Gadget.
He's
I'll get
He's
you
done
next
bidding
time.
tonight. He's done bidding tonight.
No more bidding.
Yeah.
No more
Keep-
bidding.
Ryan's, keep me distracted.
Yeah,
Mm.
cut this man off. Or someone go buy a book right now from his store, and that way he
Yeah,
can
that's
get
right.
him back in the
Gotta
game.
feed the
Like there's this
beast.
4.5 Vault 35. I mean, that's man, I love that.
Oh
comic.
yeah. That for sure. That's a Bobby Blue one. That
Yeah, that one has really deep colors on it. That's
yeah,
a good
look
one.
at this.
Oh yes, he had 2 copies.
Yeah, that's it.
Because
Yeah, I
was
remember.
there a higher grade one too?
Yeah, that sold the first round of 6.5.
Got a major haircut for Blade. Like
Yeah.
almost a third below the previous sale on that 9.4.
Wow.
Last sale in November was 43.05 and it clocked in at 301, 3001.
Wow, that
We're-
seems really low for that one.
Yeah.
We're seeing
And white pages, for everybody giving me crap about saying that white pages don't always matter. Low sale, white
There
page.
you go.
Yeah.
You know, nobody cares about Blade. You know, Moon Knight has suffered the same fate. If you watch some of these Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night 32 auctions, oh my God, they're so
I mean,
cheap.
Guys,
It's-
straight up,
it's
that
bronze.
is
It's
the
just
cheapest
bronze.
sale
Yeah,
since
bronze for sure.
2001.
Ah, dang it,
on that
Mark, you
book.
took it from me. Mark, he probably would outbid me anyway. He's in the chat that won the Thrilling Crime.
Yeah.
So the last
yeah,
time
Mark
a
Garrett.
Tomb of Dracula 10.94 sold for less than that was January 7th, 2021.
I see all the for the bronze guys. I see a lot of the big boys on Instagram and social media, and I've been saying it for a long time that the really high grade 9.4, 9.6, 9.8 of the Bernie Wrightson and that era stuff.
So rare
You
stuff. that
pushing the
shows up in
Bronze Age
stacks
horror
every
here?
week.
Yeah, Bronze Age horror. I'm telling you.
Push Bronze Age horror. Here.
I'm saying, like, I
Don't
like.
blaspheme in here.
Yeah, I think that those artists are finally getting their people are starting to take notice to that. Well, the thing you got to realize too, it's another layer. Like some of this golden age stuff is out of reach for majority of people, and there's some great covers from the bronze era. That Bernie Wrightson. I really wish I would have got my Swamp Thing signed by him. But he is a phenomenal artist,
And a super nice guy, too.
Yes.
Super nice guy. And that's the way it always goes. The nice ones get taken and we get stuck with the rest.
Yeah. I will say my favorite artist, if he was here today, the Dave Stevens covers that he would put out.
Those have been going big lately.
Yeah.
I know, but the variant, can you imagine
9.8
today variants? Like, I mean, I know people are reposting his art and doing variants, but I mean, fresh stuff. Holy smokes!
Yeah.
I mean, Adam Hughes recognizes and worked under Dave Stevens and gives him props that he draws as well as he does because of Dave Stevens.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, no, those are books I've been just noticing on auctions lately. And it is 9.8 specifically. Like, if they're
Correct.
below that, they don't say, but like the 9.8s, like they're hitting record. Like, it's one of the areas that I haven't seen record sales in that time period, like copper modern time period, for a while, and those are the ones that are hitting them. And I don't know,
very
what's pushing
difficult,
it,
but it's very those books were those like Stargazers and that type of stuff.
it's like the alien worlds and the
alien
Betty Page
worlds,
stuff,
but they
and,
never no one kept those in pristine condition forever. They were in dollar boxes and $3 boxes trounced around, and there are a lot of independents. It's not like it's not a main title book from that era.
Except for our buddy Chris, Vancouver Comic Junkie. I think he stacks those away. Like he says, I think he said he buys them whenever he sees them. Yep.
Stack to the future. So
Yeah, he
just
protects
got
them
a-
between
got a
graded
cool-
VHSs.
Yeah, we see his VHS purchases more often than comics now. But
I think my next book that I'm going to start
Yanni.
looking for is Cinderella Love.
oh yeah,
I think that that book to me is I just that cover. Baker, I think overdid it on that cover for myself. So in my opinion, so I've been trying to look for a nice copy that's reasonable, but there's no reasonable in that book at all. So
Yeah, 25 is it?
I think it's 25. Yeah. I mean, it's no Sensation 1, buddy.
It's no Slave Girl one. That's my ultimate.
Yeah, it's interesting seeing these. Like, there are a few of the Bobby Blue like top notch books. Like, it's just he seemed to really like the MLJ stuff. Like, he definitely had a lot of the obscure MLJ titles.
Yeah, that missile cover was it Prize Comics or something like that. Vince was telling me, he's like, dude, we've only had one or two or three or two he's ever had of that book, since he's been doing auctions. So,
Yeah.
All right. Somebody in the chat just picked up the TOD1 Rezoner 13 there.
Nice.
There you go.
I'm wondering what this Ultimate Fallout 4 is going to go for, because there was a really low sale, I think, on Heritage. Like, it went for like 1,080 this week. So I'm curious to see if this one goes lower than that, or if it's actually gonna get any more.
Ultimate Fallout 4, Drujev's book. I made mention. I was just like, dude, this is the most interesting book to talk.
I watched your video on that. You make good points about it, like why it's such an interesting book.
Unironically, I think it's like the most interesting book to talk about.
The character has a hard staying power. I mean, Sony with Sony, one of the few bright points of movies for Sony. I think the Miles Morales movies are by far the best Spider-Man movies we have, even over live action. I just they did an outstanding job, and my granddaughter's 4 and she loved Miles Morales. So we have a character that definitely will shoe lines and everything like that. So
I guess I talked someone into putting another bid on that Ultimate Fallout 4. So went up to 1125 now. But I mean, they're probably, it's because of that, the custom label. That's what got the extra.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a really big dip on the variant though?
Oh yeah, it's now it. Yeah, that eBay sale went for like 12 grand, and then there was a comic link that went for 17, and then there have been a bunch of Instagram ones for like 15.
14.
What's that?
Yeah,
14. Wow. 14 is what that I've seen.
No, the low was 12, like 12.8. It was on an eBay auction, but
Ryan has jumped on the grenade of keeping track of the Ultimate Fallout 4 variant.
I like talking about it because ever since somebody told me it was going to be $100,000 book, I was like, I don't think so.
I mean,
I'll gladly.
Where was the high at on this book?
43,200.
No,
43,000.
No, it's 48. I thought.
Not at least if it sold for 48, it wasn't on it's not a GPA sale. But 43,200 is the highest recorded sale.
Dude, whoever bought that book
they're not happy.
Hating his life, dude.
but I mean, like they probably are doing okay anyway if you're spending 43 grand on Ultimate Fallout 4, because like I know a lot of people will be like, well, why don't they buy AF-15? It's like they probably already have an AF-15.
So, maybe a couple.
Yeah,
buy another one.
It's one of those things too, though, where it's like maybe it is more drastic in the Ultimate Fallout 4, but like, well, what if you were the guy who bought the giant size X-Men 9.8 for like
72?
72,000, right? And then the last one is 20. So like,
okay,
dude, but that book has way more upside than. I mean, I think that book.
Yeah. I mean,
it's gonna go back up.
All right.
Yeah.
AF-15 7.0, top of the market, 300. It barely cracked 100 a month and a half ago.
Oh yeah. No, AF-15 got, and that's why that was one of those ones that I think it was earlier this year where I really was talking about that one a lot. I was just like, be careful, because like it was one of the last books that really spiked. It didn't spike with all the other stuff. It was later, and it was just like, be careful, like don't buy this thing right now, because we've seen every other book correct, and people still bought it, and then just like. Definitely eating it on that one, but I think it's at good prices now. AF-15 is one of the books that I think is actually your risk is pretty low.
It's still got a really high floor though.
Yeah,
like
I rarely see anything below 20K. It seems like.
it's definitely one of those where it's like your price per point is really high at the bottom, and then it gets a little
It
cheaper per
drops,
point,
yeah.
and then it gets really expensive again once you get above like I think like 7.5.
Yeah.
FF5 is pretty
Like-
decent, pretty decent right now.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, like, yeah, decent if you want to buy one because it's like walking
It's for
into a
sale
warehouse
everywhere,
store,
all the
yeah.
time.
It was. I literally. I like probably about 7-8 years ago. You'd never see FF5 even on walls ever.
Right.
And I would
Absolutely.
I was looking for it. I just never found it. And I finally got a copy years ago. I ended up selling it, but it was like a what was it like a 4 or 5 for $800.
Nice.
You know, but but this is 7-8 years ago, and then the run up was just absolutely insane.
Mhm.
You know, so but
Yeah. I bought mine. I think graded out at a 2. And I think I paid $250 for it about 10 years ago.
yeah,
And that was a 2K book.
yeah.
12
For-
or 24 months ago or however long. Just
Yeah.
dumb.
So
I'm
It's so
surprised
funny.
we haven't
I
talked
don't know
about
what it is. If everyone has just sort of given up, like it makes you wonder because it's not that relative for Silver superhero. It's not that much of a census, but like
no,
we always make the joke where it's like I literally see it like for sale on Instagram like every single day. Like
Oh,
well, remember,
I know we
it's
like
a
we
very-
send we
it's
send
a very
screenshots of it, and we're
focused-
like, oh, so rare.
But remember, that's a very focused community. That's why.
You're right. You're right. It is. But I think where I was going with it is like I just wondered were people like swooping them all up with the run up like with the spec, and now everyone's like, you know what, I'm over this,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
that's why you have so many going back into it.
Blue Chip Comics had 294s, white pages at one point.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, I thought I heard that they're replacing Kang with Doom.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
the
those are
rumor.
all like
Yeah.
rumors, though. I don't know how much.
There's so
Truth
much
there is.
stuff floating around.
look, I had the easiest way. Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe and just start over. Like he literally goes in and just kills everything and just annihilates. He even
I
kills
wouldn't
the Fox
argue about
universe.
it. Like if
I'll
they
be
wanted
honest.
to do that,
Let's just nuke it. Like just nuke and start from scratch. And all of a sudden we got X-Men and FF, where that's the rest of it's been destroyed. Like let's just go and go that route. Like there it is. It's gone. Okay, fresh. And let's that was my idea years ago for Deadpool. Was just he killed the Fox universe and to get him into the Marvel universe, he'd go and he'd literally have to hunt out Bryan Singer and kill him and like all of it. And he'd drag Hugh Jackman through the portal and we'd get Wolverine, for as little time we have left. So, well, I mean, it's just he can't run it forever, people are mad that they showed his sleeves, and the reason why he has sleeves on the when he's outside is because he had skin cancer on his arms.
That book is baller.
Yep, US at Comics. I think we sold the number 6 last time. The blue cover with the.
yeah,
but,
I wish there had been a 7. 7 is my favorite Cap cover.
Let me
I
see.
love issue 7.
Luckily, you're done bidding for the show, though.
There is no 7 though.
Yeah.
I've thought about bidding on this 8, but I don't know.
Oh yes. Anytime Cap has the parachute, anything with parachute with Cap is awesome looking.
It's that, and it's like in Machine Gun Bucky. Like
Yeah,
I love
Machine
Machine Gun Bucky. Like
Yeah.
it's just like it's so much cooler than Robin. He's not having to rescue. I mean, Bucky has to get saved every once in a while, but you never have Robin with Machine Gun.
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk about this. This
pretty
feels
respectable.
like a good price for this?
Yeah.
I don't know off the top of my head, but it doesn't seem bad.
Pull it up.
I mean,
I've been
it's a book
watching-
that has gotten really a lot strong. Like I remember my 3.5 I bought for, I think like $300, maybe like a year and a half
Yeah.
ago. I mean, it's like that book has gotten really popular. It's just
I
That
think
is-
6
I-
is the most I've ever paid for a copy, and it's like every time I buy a new copy, I'm able to sell my undercopy for more.
Yeah,
in a very short amount of time.
I had the Vault of Horrors around 1,600. That's what I thought it might end up at. I don't know how accurate that is.
The 13's without or the 1130s without the BP.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
assuming
without
it's
it.
like- yeah, so
Yeah.
it's
Well,
right
does that one have a BP? Does it have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it
Yeah.
does. Okay.
Yeah.
On
Yeah,
a
1300
4.5.
total.
Yeah, that's a really good deal.
Yeah. The colors on it are absolutely just like Bobby Blue's colors are just like
Yeah.
crazy nice.
A 4.0 sold in August for 12. We had a 5.0 sell for 17.25 in November. So I feel like they did pretty good there.
This Voodoo too. That is a cool cover. You don't see a 7.0 very often either.
What's it at right now?
Looks like about $3,000.
I had it.
25.
I projected a 2,000 for that one. The Voodoo 2 with the Matt Baker.
Yeah. No, I mean, I would have had it at like 32 probably.
So it's about. So it's about.
right there, yeah.
With the premium, it's going to be right there.
Yeah. Is that one a Baker cover?
Yeah, at the back. That's a Baker
Oh, it's
cover.
Baker Art. I don't know.
Art,
If it's
yeah.
cover.
Oh, art.
Oh,
Maybe
Baker
not
Art.
art.
Yeah.
I can't believe we haven't talked about this Wanted.
Is it a?
It's a Wanted 52. You know that really.
I don't know. I have a raw copy
eerie.
of that one. That one's awesome. That is a
Yeah,
cool
the
cover.
colors on this 6.0 are fantastic, though. It's I don't know, maybe a little too realistic for some people's taste, but it kind of gets you right in the uncomfortable spot. But beautiful copy, Bobby Blue book. The blacks are just so deep in it. And again, I know we talked earlier with that black background, if that may help it present a little better. But
Oh, Golden Age books it's just beautiful, beautiful art right here. Beautiful copy.
Yep.
Just mauling the girl in the back alley.
Red dress, blonde hair.
Yeah, I mean it's
Checking
it's
boxes.
yeah, it's a disturbing cover. It's just because it's so realistic. But yeah,
Yeah, it's very real. Yeah, it's the real ones are the ones that are like,
Eh.
Oh yeah, that one is one of my favorite. One of my favorite covers. Red dress once again.
Yeah.
Really nice. It's not too expensive, I don't think, for the most
No,
part.
it's pretty decent. I was just looking at GPA on it. For a 6.0. Yeah, we don't really have any much in the way of comps. Like a 4.5 sold for $960 back in August.
Yeah.
But
let's see if Felipe's getting really quiet so he can bid on this book right here.
he's going for it.
Oh,
I'm going for it.
Uh-oh. I think I might be ruining Derek's good time.
Why does somebody say they're?
I got it, damn it.
Yeah, don't talk about it. Everyone be quiet.
Yeah.
All right, let's watch that. We'll watch down this Venus 18.
The USA 12's still going. It
hey,
looks
don't
like
be
it's
talking
on
about
there.
Venus 18 right now, please.
Oh,
Uh,
let's go away from that. Yeah. Everyone, look away. Everyone.
We're
Earmuffs,
here to
guys.
talk about
Earmuffs.
books in this
Yeah,
auction. We
earmuffs.
just can't talk about any of the books in the auction.
just give it a couple seconds and we'll be fine.
Here, let's talk about Venom Lethal Protector #1, guys.
Yeah,
Venom
there we
Lethal
go.
Protector
Is that
#1.
Wizard one still going? How's it doing?
Wizard one. Well, let's see.
Forgot to freaking add some watches. I'm having to hurry up and.
Yeah, I confess myself a little unprepared for our stream tonight. I'm still scrolling through discovering new things that are going to sell tonight.
I really like this Voodoo 12. That's a cool one.
Mm-hmm.
The background color always grabs my attention with that book.
Let's see if I'll pull it up here.
Okay, we're good. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So that's
Nobody complained about Voodoo 12. We'll leave up Voodoo 12 for a while here.
You just kind of mention a book and everybody gets quiet for a minute, see if there's any
The
objections.
problem is the Voodoo 12 isn't hot because even though she's wearing red, she's not blonde.
Yep, no.
That was
Dark
the
hair.
problem.
That's why it doesn't
cares.
go for as much.
Yep.
Yeah,
Dark hair.
that's
Don't
why
care.
we little off air stuff. Ryan and Drew. It's like I told my artist, I was like, no,
All right,
we gotta
there we
go
go.
blonde. We gotta go
Okay.
blonde.
There's 3 books. I got to get ahead of the auction. There's a couple books. One of them I was getting for a Christmas present.
Well, shout out to the chat here, for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
We've had over 100 people, hanging out tonight.
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
are all doing well, bidding on some books. Let us know if you guys win anything.
I've bid on 4-color 16s a couple times, but they just that's a book that keeps getting more expensive. It feels like every single time it sells.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That one's no. Okay.
There's a strong run of Wonder Woman, Golden Age Wonder Woman tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not allowed to talk about that, Drew.
Oh.
No. The sensations are gone. That's fine. Yeah. Don't talk about Fight Club.
Yeah. Guys, we're here to do auction coverage, but it makes it very difficult to be able to talk about any of them.
You're not allowed to talk about anything. It's not even an auction. Just minimize the screen.
Yeah.
Ryan, I'm surprised I haven't heard you mention this. Worlds of Fear 9, another Bobby Blue book coming up here in about 38 minutes.
Let me see if I have that one on my watch list.
Monster Claw drowning cover.
Oh, you freaking damn it!
Oh yeah.
Oh, I do have that one on my watch list. Yeah, the 5.5. Yeah, cool. Because that's the one I've talked about where there's that.
I'm back.
Am I blanking on it now? The it's the other drowning cover.
This one here.
The Astonishing 8, because like Astonishing 8 is like, in terms of like if you're talking about like rating drowning covers, I think to me the top two are Astonishing 8 and Tomb of Terror 16. Like 16 is tough to beat. This one, it's like the face is what I don't like about this one. It doesn't feel like it's like refined enough, like it just feels a little too cartoony.
It feels rushed.
Yeah.
It could be the
great idea, by the way.
What's that? Rating drowning covers?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like a big Mary Marvel fan, but I do like the Wild Comics 38.
Yeah, that's a great cover.
It's a cool cover.
All right, whoever's outbidding me, please stop. I'm just kidding.
If you're talking about the Venus, I did bid a few times, but I stopped when I realized. I was like,
no.
I was like, I'm fighting an uphill battle here. I'm fighting against the guy who's winning all.
No. The Venus, I don't. The Venus is whatever. Like the Venus will go wherever the Venus goes. It wasn't Venus.
Yeah, it was too low. I can't let this go that low. Yeah, I mean, it's such a cool cover, but.
Oh, wow.
Oh, there's a Weird Mysteries 1 too. Is that a Bobby Blue? Oh, it is. Yeah, I think that cover doesn't get
the Basil.
Yeah, it's
Basil
I think they say it's like a partial Wolverton cover.
Yeah.
Wow,
like
that 7.0 is tough for that book.
Jamie, did you get that Walt Disney Infinity cover?
No, I'm done.
Wow,
what did it go for? $100?
$191. Yeah.
Dude,
we
why
know
did you
you
put it
won
on
it,
your
didn't
wall,
you?
dude? Like you should have bought it. I don't understand. Like,
I still don't believe. So are you? I can't tell if you're just screwing with us. Though, if you actually won it.
What's that?
The Infinity cover.
Why are people?
No, I didn't get it. I didn't.
Okay. All right.
It's because we're talking about this Venus cover, so there's
fine.
Yeah.
You want to play?
Mark in the chat is he's bidding it up.
There we go.
Yeah. Here's your Weird Mysteries right here.
I tell you guys what, if somebody wants to get in on some Bobby Blue pre-code, these Web of Mysteries are still really affordable right now. About a minute left on the two of them. 123 is the high water mark for the 15. 101 for the 26.
Yeah. The I also like the weird Thrillers 4. That painted cover, just a cool sci-fi.
That
cool
Wanted
sci-fi
keeps
cover.
getting bids.
Yeah. We're not supposed to talk about that book.
Anyways, we'll go. Let's.
Is there another auction whose books we could talk about? Another session coming up. The next.
Let's talk about the books that ended an hour.
Yeah. We'll talk about that stuff here. Yeah. Let's talk about sold items here.
Oh, the weird. So even though I can respect the cover, even though I'm not a huge fan of the cover. The Weird Science Fantasy 29, I didn't realize that one was a Bobby Blue too, the 6.5, because that's one you don't see outside of very low grade for whatever reason. Like I've had one copy, it was like a 2.
And that green always fades to like turd brown and just can look bad.
Isn't that's the very last issue, right? That's actually of all of EC. Isn't
well, if you don't count like the Pictofiction stuff,
yeah,
if it picks up after it.
Yeah, that chip really hurt the grade because it's a really beautiful copy.
Oh, the crimp.
The two chips, the two crimps on the top left and right.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, it's just the colors are really. You got to be kidding me!
What's that?
Nothing.
Oh, no.
This birthday present.
Nothing to see here.
I would have bid on this too if I was paying attention.
Yeah, look for the book that just jumped up to 2 minutes and 59
seconds. What did I even price
seconds.
this one out at? Where is this at? You got to be kidding me! I did not expect to pay this much.
Man of your means, it'll be fine.
No.
We're not feeling super guilty. Or,
it's a Walt Disney book. Like, I can't believe I'm spending this much on a Walt Disney book, but it's one of my buddy's favorite books, and that's fine.
Oh, thank you.
I'm assuming it's the.
It's not. No, sorry, it's not the Infinity cover.
No, I figured it's a.
He's getting that. He's getting that.
Nope, it's not the War book.
I know which book it is. It's the one where he's on the fence. And
God dang it! Yes.
That's a good cover, though.
It is. I just, my buddy. It was a Christmas present, and now it's gotten a little out of hand. So, I think
there are a couple Bobby Blue westerns in this one.
Yeah, I picked a couple like headlight ones that I was just like to test out. Some low census ones. So,
the one it just caught another bid, so it's up. Let's see, with the premium, it's just a smidge under $2,000 right now. But
what did you think of this Batman 3, this 9.0? You should talk a little bit about it.
I thought that went cheap.
That thing is beautiful.
I think it went cheap.
Wow.
That looks like it was literally spray painted black.
Yeah. I actually
it's one of those ones where it's like I was tempted to just be like, all right, we're going.
I'll figure it out. Yeah.
Like that's how I say in the chat. I'm like, I'll figure this out later.
I actually like that the fold is off a little bit because the white just shows how deep and brilliant black the front cover is to just kind of offset it.
Well, and I wonder if one of the things that threw people off is you can tell it's one of those that CGC didn't do a good job picking out their inner well. Like when you zoomed in on it, like you could see all those little scuffs, and they're all on. That's not on the book. Like you see that a lot of the time with ASM. What is it? 28, the black cover.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times you're like, there's a bunch of damage to it, and it's actually just scuffs on the inner well. And I guarantee you that's what that is. I would get that thing reslabbed like immediately.
Yeah.
And just address that, but I felt like for Batman number 3 and a 9.0, like that's too cheap.
And it's an iconic. That cover is so freaking iconic.
And I feel like it's a poor man's Batman 1 because you still got the Joker story in there. You got the cat again, but
still kind of rich woman
this time.
All right.
Yeah.
Whoever wants the stupid freaking Donald Duck freaking cat cover, congratulations. You win. I give
your best Donald Duck.
Confess yourself in the chat.
Seriously. All right, you win. That's such a good grade for that book. I was just like, sorry, my buddy.
It was me that outbidded you.
I was gonna give it to Dan for Christmas, and I didn't expect it to go for that much money.
Derek says he's out on the wanted 52, so we can talk about that now. It's closing in on $2,400.
Well,
I was gonna look that one up. I was curious, like how strong that price is, because I know it's a pretty pricey book, but that feels like a pretty strong bid. 152. What was it, 6.0? Oh yeah, sitting around 2,400.
Which one, Drew, were you looking at?
I mean, I'd say it's right around
52.
like, yeah, I mean, like 2,400 is probably right around where I put it. So, but it's a good looking copy.
It really is.
We're gonna talk Derek into putting in another bid. Just like with that 7Cs4, I was like, I'm done bidding, and then I was like, one more.
And I'm back.
was like, I have 3 minutes to think about this. And
The Cult of Killers.
The Weird Tales of the Future 5, one of our favorite Space Slug covers, just closed out.
Yeah, he had 2 of the other Basil covers from that weird series.
Such a weird title. Some great covers, but just literally weird.
I was going to say, get your
26
Alien books now before our overlords come down.
That's right.
And Market goes crazy for aliens.
I like that cover. I think that's a cool
is
cover.
what it closed out at.
Yeah.
It's very unique, and the girl's drawn really well too.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a Wolverton cover?
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a story
book of
cover
choice
and
for
art.
all your intergalactic peeping toms.
What did this Weird Mysteries 1 went for? I can never remember if it takes a little, it's like a lag to add the 15%, so I don't know what it actually sold for, if that's with the 15 or without it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Pretty
I'm
crazy.
curious what the All-Star Westerns are going to go for, because they're really high grade. For not many people know that those are. Congratulations to the person that won the freaking Disney Stories 44.
Yeah, I looked at that. I mean, that was a big price.
Yeah.
I had thought it would go for like $200.
Well, what's the deal with this? Let's talk about this one.
It's just a really, really beautiful copy. And it just, I never find it. And my buddy is, we've always, when we've gone hunting together for books, this is one of those books that he's always liked, and it's just a classic, I mean, speaking of like liking cats, so, but it's just I don't know, just a really fun cover. But these early Disneys, it's just anything above a 5, and then it's just a classic, cat and Donald Duck, cover. So,
Gets bonus points for that full moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Weird Science Fantasy. Oh, it got another bid too. 6.5 is doing pretty well.
I need to refresh. I got too much.
Yeah, what else in the Bobby Blue here, is coming up there?
Can you scroll up real fast?
You've got that Wonder Woman for President one.
Right there, that all Western. I'm curious with that all Western. There's no price data on that, and I thought it was a really cool like Western headlight cover. Also with the Bill Pecos Westerner too.
This one right here?
Too. Yeah, that one. I just thought that was a kind of a cool Westerns, there's just no one has this. You know? I mean, no one ever grades these, so
they don't know that they need it.
Yeah. So I'm assuming I've never seen this book. I mean, it's not like I look for the Westerner, but for the girl covers,
Okay, I like the ad on the back.
I do. Yeah, actually, I never even saw the ad. I was like, I agree with you. I'm like, that ad's pretty nice.
It just caught another bid. Backwards. You talk someone into.
That's right.
Dude, back in the days of decoder rings and all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the publisher's down as Toy Town. Am I missing something? Did they do anything anybody's ever heard of?
I don't think so.
Toy Town? No, I've never heard of that publisher before.
That's
one of the crazy things with the Golden Age. There's just like a million publishers.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about this book? I feel like this is the Frazetta that is not quite.
I don't like it. Some people love that cover, but it's okay. And someone commented in my in one of my videos where I think I talked about it, and they had said that like Frank Frazetta had said it was like one of the greatest covers he ever drew, and like, but
no. Well, the problem is it was a Conan. I'm sorry, it was a cover that was supposed to be for his series of Buck Rogers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was supposed to be in Famous Funnies, and then
Famous Funnies, and EC's I need a cover, and he's like, I've got this cover. They didn't bother using it, and so he swapped out the characters for cavemen instead of science, like sci-fi. And so that's why this cover, it's a unique story to get an actual EC book with Frazetta. So
yeah, because when I've got a comic, I'm going to put a rocket blasting off into space. A dude clubbing cavemen is exactly the feature image I think is going to help that book sell.
Yeah, the Wanted's about to close out.
No, congratulations. It's a really, really cool cover.
Wanted caught another bid.
Oh,
Yeah.
did it?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, yeah, it did. Wow. Yep. That was Jamie, or
No, it was not me.
Yeah, we're over 2,500 with that. With that last bid.
Just keeps going. Keeps going.
The problem
Yeah,
is,
I'm trying to see what oh man, we've got a really rare Wizard #1 coming up.
Oh man.
we had that's a newsstand. It's a newsstand. Sleep and I actually had a 9.8 non-newsstand. We had it out of the Seattle collection we had.
Oh, it's actually a file copy, guys.
Oh,
look at that.
Yeah.
my buddy bought the Marvel Vault. They had when Marvel moved. They're in the 90s. They sold off their storages, and my buddy bought them. And he didn't know it forever. He was selling them locally. The San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh,
He didn't know. He had 400 copies that he just sold over time. But you got to realize it was
So
like 40.
rare.
Wow. Yeah. Well, remember, this is like 20 years of just one at a time.
Mhm.
$30 bucks, And then he got down to like 4, and everybody started discovering, oh wait, this is actually like, unique, So, but those were from Marvel. That's why there was 400, because it was just boxes of stuff, like even foreign, like weird 90s foreign, like 30 copies of this Panini nothing Marvel book, you got. So, but you've got to be kidding me. Sorry.
I just really want to know what you're bidding on. That someone keeps jumping the price.
I was just assuming he was still upset about that Walt Disney book.
Yes, for sure.
Just a fresh wave of frustration came upon him.
Yeah, we're not allowed to talk about it.
I did win the Venus.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, you did.
Nice.
I wanted that. I really wanted that book. It's just really pretty, and I really, really like that cover a lot. And since I can't buy a Venus, 19? He didn't have it.
I'm pretty sure you can.
No, I get it, but this is, yes, not the grade I want. Let's put it that way. So,
yeah, you can't buy Vincent's.
no, file. Personal art is the cover art he's probably got of it. I mean, he's got some crazy like that. Come on, we all want to know what's in the safe. If he's got Houdini's, like he's got handcuffs, and then he's got Carmichael covers of Flash and Carmine Flash covers on his wall. I'm all, what's in the safe, for God's sakes, $100
bills.
Oh, and he's all, look at my paperweight. It's the Tesseract, I was like, are you kidding me? He's like, it's not even. It's just like here. I'm like, okay, cool.
Wanted, still going. Just got another
Still
bid.
going. What's the last couple?
Yeah, but we talked Derek into putting in some more bids.
Oh, did we get Derek?
No, I don't. I haven't seen any.
Derek, are you bidding on it?
Quiet for the last 15 minutes.
Hey, did you guys watch the Chilling Tales 15 on the first day?
I didn't watch the first day of this auction. I don't think.
Oh, you didn't watch the first day? It was a 7.5, 6, but it was the same boat that got on. It was the same Bobby Blue, but it got resold again, I guess.
Oh, it wasn't yours. It was somebody else.
No.
I mean, it was somebody had bought it.
No, it was a no pay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a no pay.
Back on the Wanted, this will be the second highest sale in any grade in the last 3 calendar years, basically. 2021 to now. There was a sale in 2021 for a 7.5.
It is
for 7,800.
For how much? For what?
7.5 for the Wanted 52.
Yeah.
Sold for 7,800 in June 2021. Your next highest sale is in October 2022 for a 6.5 at 2640. This is already past that at 2760.
Yeah.
So this will be the second highest sale, any grade, 2021, 2022, 2023.
Look at the color difference between the 6.5 and then look at the Bobby Blue.
It's much deeper, yeah.
I mean, it had a little bit of staining on the D, but like, I mean, yeah. I mean, just
you can see some soiling there on the roadway.
Yeah.
This is one of those. I'd be really mad at CGC if they housed my book. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, push it to the right.
Yeah, that thing needs just completely
Screw
cracked, cleaned, and redone.
Man, Bobby Blue cut the coupon out of the back of the Wonder Woman 7.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Damn it, Bobby.
Yeah, that was one of the.
He wanted that. He wanted that Zoomerang.
No, that was the only that was the. I think that was literally that was the only book he cut stuff out of. I think, to be honest.
I was just looking at it. I was like, this is a really nice looking 2.0. And then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, it's missing a coupon on the back.
Yeah, still really good cover. Way ahead of its time.
It's a great entry level book. Like if you want that book, you want one that presents really well, but
yeah,
don't have that kind of money. It's a great option for you.
Yeah, that book jumps exceptionally, across the board.
I mean, it's one of the pricier early Wonder Woman books.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like outside of number 1, it like for the first 10 and maybe what's the first Cheetah? Is it 4?
Something like that. I can't remember
but,
off the top of my head.
I mean, it's like looking at the prices, like it is near the first Cheetah prices.
Mm-hmm. I've always been surprised. I don't find it a lot, early Golden Age Wonder Woman, but man, when I have it, it just goes like that. Like there are no shortage of buyers for it.
I talked a couple people into a few more bids on that Wonder Woman number 7.
Yeah.
We're earning our keep here.
I've always really liked the 21 cover, like where she's like swinging into the sun, or where she's like lassoed the sun. That's one of my favorites of the early ones. Yeah, that one.
I think the earliest one I've ever had is actually like a 30.
It's a non-Bobby Blue book. We don't care about these.
I know.
ones.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Yeah.
We don't promote these ones. Save your money and spend it on Wonder Woman stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or don't, if you guys are bidding.
I thought about bidding on the 7, but I'm just.
Hey, 2024 coming up, presidential election. Get your president political books ready. It's going to be hot. Wonder Woman for president.
Man, that I can't believe that weird Science Fantasy 29 is still going.
Still hanging in there.
Yep. That must have been one of the last books he bought then.
Which
I mean,
one?
if that's right before the code, the Weird
'cause
Science
that's-
Fantasy 29.
Yeah,
The code would have, pretty much been in place.
because
at that
we
point.
do have the early code books. And I talked to him. I says, "Oh, I found." He's like, "Oh yeah, those stories were they ruined comics."
What did they rename Chamber of Chills to? Like Thrills of Tomorrow or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it went for a handful of issues, if that. And
What's the one where
imploded.
they had like? It was like the Aztecs, and it was like conquistadors, and it's one of those EC titles that they started that died
like
out after.
Valor.
Yeah,
like
it was
one of the
Valor.
new
That's right. It was
direction. Yeah.
Valor.
Yeah. I don't know, man. MD, hot new spec book.
Yeah.
MD Comics from EC.
Valor number 1. Early medieval knight.
Yep.
Look.
I'm curious to see how well Mary Marvel with he had a bunch of WoW comics that were at solid grades, from the mid 40s.
I see the Wanted did finally sell with the BP 2817.50. So really strong sale there.
All right. Who won it?
It wasn't me.
Hands up. Who got it?
Derek in the chat.
I mean,
Yeah,
Derek's still here. I mean, so
He
let's see.
is.
The Wonder Woman just closed too, so let's take a look at this one.
That one I think went for a pretty good price. Like 2,300
good,
seems
yeah.
like a pretty good
Yeah.
price for that book.
Yeah, 2242.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the cooler covers. For
Yeah,
sure.
when I took that out of the
Yeah.
box, when I took that out of the box and I turned it over, I'm like,
Damn.
yeah. But the thing is, it was unusual because it was, like I said, it was one of the very few ones that he actually cut something out of.
What was the one that you said was like, it was one of the early ones that you had like rocket checking that was missing a page?
No, okay. So I never counted any of the I counted a couple of, when we bought the collection, I counted a couple of the pages on some of the books just to verify. But when I flew over to Florida for the first batch, and first book he takes out is the First Destroyer, and he counts the page that's missing the centerfold, and I'm like, oh no, did I just fly over here? And then he grabs the cap 3, and I didn't read. I opened up like. I think I didn't even open a cap 3. I think when we were sat there, when we were going through all the caps, I think I grabbed randomly a couple of them. Like I grabbed like the 10 and something else. And then all of a sudden everything was there. I'm like, okay, And then he goes, the cap 3 is missing centerfold. And I'm like, and then you start going through the rest of them. And I'm just putting my head down at this point. I'm like, please. And
Cap 3 that one went huge though. That went for like 16 or something.
Yeah,
so.
that was, actually, I'm still shocked at the LB Cole
Crime Suspense 22.
Mm-hmm.
That was that was the
that was sale. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
And the guy's still paying for it. He's actually paying.
Oh, it's like on payments?
Yeah.
And
we did payments for books above a certain price point. On the recommendation of Vincent, because I guess and it makes sense. A lot of the guys that have either they got to sell or they have a lot of capital. A lot of these guys aren't strapped with cash. Like they have income coming in, but they don't store up.
Is that
they're like Ryan. Yeah. So, but they're like, they'll pay the big bucks if you give them time payments type situation on the bigger books, makes it easier because they don't want to sell what they have. They just want to accumulate more. Is what he says.
It just gives them another option.
Right. You can just keep bidding. Just tell Vincent. You'll be like, "Oh, I'll get you.
Yeah, You want another payment?
Yeah.
No problem. We'll do a firm on all this stuff. No big deal.
Yeah.
Maybe Ryan, you could do like a trade-in deal. Actually, you probably could, right, with Vince. You just be like, "Oh, let me just consign some books with you. Here you go."
Well, I think a lot of people do that at some auction houses, at least, where they will
They'll
effectively
front you some.
you give credit. Well, they'll give credit for what they've sold, and they can buy with that.
So what I've heard actually, because I got a buddy that also consigns with them, is that instead of receiving a payment, he'll give you books. So like, I guess you can bid on books, and then he'll send you
just like a wash, basically,
Just
for whatever you would have been paid.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know.
It's kind of like going to the casino and winning and playing it all back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what I do, though. I put an extra step in there. I mean, because whenever I'm buying stuff, it's only because I've sold stuff, and so it's just like I just put an extra step
and just add a little bit on top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See if there's any more standouts that are still coming out.
Let me check. I got because I still have 23 or 20 act. We got the WoW. Oh, there's an X-Men 180 signed by Stan Lee.
Oh yeah.
We're just about down to the last 100 lots. We're just a little over 100, and then we'll be on.
There's a 98101. There's a bunch of Young Allies because you guys sold a couple of the Young Allies in that first one. But...
the one in 4, and a couple of the other Alex covers. The bigger Alex covers, but he had the entire run of Young Allies minus 17, I think. It's like I think as Young Allies is 1 through 18.
This 9.6 giant size X-Men 1 looks really nice. Like the That's one of the things. Like there are some of them where the red and the giant size looks good, and some of them where it's really kind of like just not a good print strike. But that's a deep red on that one.
Yeah,
That's-
but
that's-
off-white pages.
Say
nobody
off
cares
white
about
white.
that.
That's
Nah. Throw it
Garbage
out.
then.
No.
Nobody
Yeah.
wants it.
No.
Worth
Let's
it,
go ahead and
worth
run
it.
that through
Yeah.
the chipper.
This
Yeah,
is a
there's-
book
I mean-
that this book just keeps trucking.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that I don't know how this book holds up above everything else. Like,
Yeah.
if this was like any other X-Men book, it would have fallen back down probably another $2,000. But it
I
keeps
mean,
selling
yeah.
for $5+.
I give it to Cochran, man. That is probably the most beautiful book of the Bronze Age.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, I
It's
think
just
I've said
gorgeous.
that before. Like it's one of my favorite covers of all time.
Mhm.
I mean, it is really good.
I think that book would have sold it would have sold higher if the Marvel comic banner on top was
Was
actually
it
like
crooked?
yeah.
Yeah. I was just
But it's
looking
a
at that.
gorgeous 9. Yeah, my OCD is just killing me right now watching that. But it's a gorgeous book. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
I mean, the
and-
left side's pretty good because a lot of times you get the wrap into the front. But
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, most of the time I don't care about that stuff. But when you're like up at like the 9.8, you're like you start to.
see the people
Look
care
at it a
because
little
white
more.
pages, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could have been a 10-0. Could have been.
Could have been a
Could have been a 10, dude. I still think we're gonna see 9. We're gonna see 9 9s coming out.
we have been. There's
More
been a
and
couple
more.
9
Yeah,
9s.
more and more.
That
Yeah.
Witch's Tales is still hanging on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I
Spec
feel like
on
this is
Burning
Elias
Witch-
before
Burning
he went
Witch Spec.
crazy. Like for Elias, this feels kind of mild to me. That Witch's
I agree.
Tale.
I wouldn't have thought this was
16.
Elias until I saw that it was. Like I just,
Mhm.
it's not one that would jumped out to me as his.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know, maybe he's on vacation that week and just kind of.
So I got to get this one in.
Those
I don't have
deadlines
time
are
to
tight.
part
you
this
know.
lady out. She's got to be in one piece, guys. Sorry.
There it is.
Still, I mean, not even $500 for a 6.5 Witch's Tales.
I mean,
Seems like
that's a tough thing. It's like Witch's Tales. It's like 25, and then there's one other really good cover in there. Is it like 23 or
Which one is it?
The
The
bell
bell,
one
or the
the
bell
bellwether,
cover, right?
the bell cover.
Yeah.
that's 25?
Yeah,
I like-
he did not have that.
No, that was not his.
Yeah.
It's one where it looks like somebody like copied his style,
yeah,
but that is not him.
I like
I'm talking
20,
about
the one that-
Bobby Blue. He didn't have
driver.
Oh, he didn't have that book.
no,
Oh,
he
okay.
didn't. He
The
didn't have
driver,
that.
yeah, that's a good one, Mickey.
Yeah.
I like
The driver
the
one.
skull
Yeah.
skeleton driver who's running over the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
I
the
feel
boat?
like that-
There's there a boat one too where he's driving the boat. Is that Witch's Tale
Yeah.
as well?
I don't think that's Witch's Tales.
Mm.
Is that not Witch's Tale?
Mm-mm.
Oh, there's the devil face, the full devil face. Which is what number is this one? 19. That one's pretty popular. That's yeah. It's kind of a. Oh, there's also Witch's Tale 11 with the Frankenstein cover. It's
Yeah,
like
that's
kind of a B cover. Oh,
I've always liked 4 with the kind of kooky mummy.
yes. Is it 12, which is the spider, the red dress spider cover?
Oh, there you go.
I'm almost there. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that one's pretty good too.
Well, see, like to me, like a lot of the Witch's Tales books are like my examples of ones where they have a lot of the content that you would want, but I don't think the art is as good on them.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
my.
I personally do like this book though.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
great.
that one's fun. Yeah.
And I there's no credited cover artist with this one, but when I look at the skull hand and stuff, I'm like, that's exactly the same as Chamber 19 hand, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's probably a Lee Elias cover. He probably did it, but it'll never be in the records. you know?
22 is really good as well. The guy on the trolley or the bus or whatever that's a skeleton in the
Oh yeah.
blonde.
Yeah.
red
Oh,
jacket.
yeah. That's a good
Oh
one
yeah,
too.
that was the one I was looking. That was one of the ones that in our horror video last year. That was like I think my
Mhm.
like affordable Lee Elias book.
Yeah. This is kind of like the poor man's what do you call it? The furnace cover here.
Yeah, that Ditko cover.
I think I'd rather be the furnace guy
Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure he's dead. That guy,
yeah, he's screaming at you.
he's not having a good time.
All he wants is a peaceful work environment.
Yeah, but Witch's Tales, you're right, Ryan, is kind of a run where it's like, I mean, there's cool stuff and they don't have value in this Bell decapitation one, obviously.
There's that early one where it's like the guy with the scythe. That purple one, that one has definitely some value. I think that's a pretty cool cover, but
she's not in red, she's not blonde. You know,
Yeah.
if she was,
Would have been Moon.
worthless.
you have everything else. You know, bondage, skulls.
But,
I mean, that's one of the things with the Eerie books, like how they have that woman that's down in the corner of the cover on a whole bunch of them. They had her as black hair the first time, and they switched her to blonde, and then they just kept her as that for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
I bet they saw better sales, and they're like, "Oh, yep, do this."
That's so funny.
Talking about the influence of the code and how they just turned on a dime. Go down, look at 27, then 28, and by 29, it's Witches Western Tales. So it's literally the inverse of Gunfighter. So he goes from Gunfighter 14 to Haunt of Fear 15. And then here over in the Harvey land, we go from, blood flows freely to, side saddle sores.
Yeah.
Just
All right,
reverts
this
back to the Westerns.
drowning cover's coming up.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Worlds of Fear 9. Yep. We're under 3. Let's see.
So 2,500 for this.
That seems like a really strong price for that one.
It does feel like a very strong price for that one.
Yeah.
2530.
Let me count down with this guy here.
Yeah, over 2,900.
Let's see. Yeah, it was what, a 6.5?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, 6.5 sold for 1,200 in August.
Wow.
Wow.
August.
Strong.
Like, a 7.5
sale.
in March sold for 22.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Wow.
that was a big sale for that book.
Got the Bobby Blue bump.
Mm-hmm.
I love the alliteration.
Did that one get another bid yet or no?
No, we're down to 2.
And you hear me get quiet, and then you see it jump up.
I was just going to ask you if you'd got the comps pulled up on that.
Yeah. Thinking a bit. But,
It's the last issue, it looks like. Oh, no. Didn't start with issue 1.
Knucking Futz would like to know, Jamie, did you end up selling a huge table?
Felipe is handling that. We're actually adding more toys. We bought a collection, and we just haven't picked up the toys. So we're just going to add those onto the lot. Felipe is handling that right now, but
what about that big modern comic lot that you guys...
That sold. Yeah, that sold
sold?
Immediately. I had guys back east trying to buy it. It was like 20,000 DC. It was more really modern, but it was like there were sealed boxes. We bought out a modern store, but he had like 30
Is that where
copies.
the toys came from too, or
No, that was
Okay.
different. But this was like they were doing the variant game, so it was like the 3 Joker covers, like the 3 Jokers. It was like you could have built 200 sets, I think.
Jeez.
And they were still sealed, like from Diamond. There were still sealed boxes of the.
I'm guessing the store is no longer open.
Correct. You want 500. You want 500 variants of Gunslinger Spawn 1.
Wow.
You want like it was just, and then like Scotty. There was Scotty Young's. It was just like, or Star Wars variants, in bulk, but no store variants. This was strictly from the from the publishers. All these books are from the publishers.
Wow.
I mean, it was per book price was like 25 cents. For someone, and so
that toy collection did get me right back in the member berries, man. That gold card Toy Biz Batman stuff, that was
Oh
was a
yeah,
jam back in the day.
they were everything. That gentleman kept everything pristine on those, which was pretty amazing. The Star Wars was just, he actually individually put them. I actually had Felipe just grab a random box that we would still have to press and clean. I love that cover.
Yeah, that's a beautiful cover.
I love that cover. I mean the one where she's on the mountaintop where Adam Hughes did the Supergirl cover off of. So,
Hey, Nick, I have another world.
Ah.
That's
Yeah,
a
you
Bobby
don't
Blue.
you don't see that one very often.
Yeah. That's
these
gonna
are
be up for
these
grabs,
are
yeah.
these are all books we haven't even got to the presser yet. So I
No,
have
these
no
are-
idea. I
these
can't
are the ones
remember. Oh, are these ones that
yeah, these are the
about to
ones
go
I'm
off?
going to send off. Yeah, that's another one that.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's a good one.
Yeah, see, it's like the
Yeah.
painted aesthetics, it's so cool to see them on the covers. Basically, it's getting your pulp fix.
This is the one Scott already handled these already.
Yeah, these are the
Okay.
ones that are headed
You just
to
picked up? Okay.
CGC.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
There's
these
no
are pretty cool.
there's no rhyme or reason for
Yeah.
like the way they're situated at this point. I just was stuffing boxes.
Yeah,
and
I have a
through.
couple copies of that one. I like that book.
Yeah, that's a good book.
That's a run that feels like it doesn't get quite the attention
Haunted?
it should. Yeah,
Yeah.
this magazine is haunted. There's some really
Yeah.
good covers in there.
I definitely like the mascot for this magazine is haunted. Their
Is it
version of the Tales from the Crypt guy.
Is he on the back?
Yeah.
He's
Wow.
always he's got the top hat.
Is the top hat? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Dr. Death or whatever.
That's such a good cover. Yeah, that 8.0 Wow 42. I like that cover too.
Now this World of Fear is still going. Let's see.
A lot of Tales of the Crypt going to be up for grabs next auction, actually.
Normally that would excite me. Oh, just got another bid.
My allergies are just running rampant right now.
I thought you guys didn't have anything like that out in California. It was all like dry and
It's dry. No, it's dry right now. It's really dry right now out here. It's they got like a breeze with just everything's pollen's going everywhere. Wow, how
Got a
much is
little
that?
bit of a battle
20.
going on.
Let's see if we can give Mark some guidance here. Maybe Mark wants to bid on this. Do you really think this is an 8-0?
he's doubting the CBCS.
Soft corner stain, but that's
a little overspray here, but that's okay.
yeah.
Here's
Wow, look at the back. I don't think this is an 8-0 at all.
I'm not digging that front corner crease. I would.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I
mean, you
Wait
could
a second.
definitely have
This is
an 8-0 with
that's a
that front.
CGC slab. That's a mix match on the lot.
No way.
No, absolutely. It's a
Go back.
CBCS.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
That's gonna cause. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh,
Let me pull it up. I might bid on it.
dude, that's a mistake.
Oh man. X-Men 1. Hold on. There might be a contention to why this is gonna go so cheap. Good job on that one.
Good
Damn,
call.
dude. That's
What is
seriously.
All right, I'm
Dude.
out of here, guys. It's not gonna get better than that.
Good night. Oh my God. Hold on. Actually, where's my thing? That's gonna be. What is an 8.5? What is that going for? Everybody in the chat's like, get bids out, ready, game, go.
Quick.
Yeah.
This is like when I was bidding on stuff before, and you're like, distract.
Yeah. Don't talk about it. No. What is that? What is the CBS 8.5? I mean, that's got to be.
No,
up there.
it's an 8. It's an 8.
8
or 8. I'm sorry.
Stanley. Is it
Yeah,
just
let's see.
Stan's signature?
I just don't like his position. The Stanley's like that's a late
It's an
signature.
old Stan. Yeah, it's a 15
Well, no, I was gonna say
Stan.
old Stan.
Yeah, no, that's an old Stan. I recognize.
that's
So the
the
last
15.
sale, a little, earlier
All right.
this month, last sale was 43,000.
Oh my.
They're
Well,
gonna
that
cancel.
was a year ago. That was a year ago.
They're gonna.
Oh, you're
they're
right.
gonna cancel that
Excuse me. Yeah,
sale.
you're right. That was a year ago. I thought.
No,
it was,
okay, so a 7.5 for a 7.5 in 2022, which stuff has gotten soft.
I mean,
but-
I would say like 45 is not unreasonable. Like if you look at the prices like a year ago versus now, and you go like that 8.0 went for 90 a year ago, and a lot of the other ones are cut in half. I mean, like 40 40 is probably not unreasonable because you had a recent 8.5 at 58.
I'm gonna watch. I'm just being transparent with everybody. I'm watching this because this might be an opportunity. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
and it's got the dark green corner box. You know?
Yeah.
Mark
Excuse
is
me,
like,
they're-
No, the
now
covers
Mark
are
is like,
great.
damn it, I could have won this book.
well, it's still.
Granny.
I haven't been on it yet, but it's still cruising pretty good. So.
Guys, if
I
I,
think-
die
Bye.
mysteriously, it's whoever was the previous high bidder on this book. Avenge me.
Yeah, because that's definitely.
I won the WoW 38.
They're
Oh,
going to
did you?
cancel that sale, man.
No, they can't. I don't know.
Why
I
wouldn't
don't- I
they?
don't-
The consigner is going to be like, "Yo, you guys messed up on the listing." Are you kidding me? That's money to be made there.
Yeah, because you would think that there's staining on the back and
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, that is seriously an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is definitely the wrong back because there's no way CBCS would be that. There's no
well,
way.
no, but I mean it
No.
says CGC.
Yeah,
like,
it's a
yeah.
CGC
Yeah.
label.
Yeah, exactly.
That's lawsuit status there.
No, okay.
What?
Let's see.
I don't know. I don't.
No,
Yeah,
it would just
let's see what I
be
buy it for.
it would
Hold
just
on.
be a canceled bid
Yeah.
or canceled sale.
Yeah,
probably.
and they're just going to cancel that sale.
But my feeling is like this is still like, you know, if I go like here 7.5.
What is a CGC 8.0 signature sell for?
We haven't had
I'm
a
not
sale
counting the
in
signature
5
for much
years.
though. Like on CBCS,
Yeah.
signature is not going to help you.
Yeah.
It just
All right.
doesn't.
So what's well, it's still Stan Lee. I get it. It's still Stan Lee. I'd rather actually have it without it, to be honest.
Same.
Yeah, I'll be on. I mean, Stan Lee.
I'd rather he had drawn over Magneto's face.
I'd rather him do the old school sign on the inside, to be honest, or the back cover. Like I'd rather have him sign the back cover.
You can tell this is a real signature because Stanley just drew over a character.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's real. Because there's that other one we were talking about the other day where he put it inside the little white spot, and we're like, that
Yeah.
can't be real.
No, then that's
Clearly a forgery.
This is a forgery.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, yeah. Scott, the Rocket Comics traveled the last couple years with him before it really went crazy with the stuff with his daughter and where conservatorship and all that. And there were times where he was signing so much that Scott would put like his finger on the book, and Stan Lee would literally run the pen down his finger and then start signing. So Scott would point out where on the book to sign, and Scott's finger at some, like, he'd have to, after so long, so he doesn't get stained from the, you know. So, but yeah, it was. I mean, his eyesight, and I mean, he was signing thousands of books at a show. It was really incredible.
I had Stan sign some books in 2015, same year this was signed, and it's one of the sadder things I've seen at a convention.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yeah. I mean, they're
elder
rubbing his
abuse.
shoulders. Oh, you're talking like that, like at the very, very tail end.
Well, I mean, it was 2015, so he still had a couple more years. But I mean, he was.
God
a
damn
little
it!
old
Should I bid on
man,
this?
And
Oh
it
my
was
god!
Just, they were steering him
I'm
around,
gonna wait.
And he just hunched over the table with his pen, and they literally moved the book in front of him,
caught a
and pulled the
bid.
pen down, and wrote his name.
Okay,
and
good.
moved the book away.
Maybe we can help the seller out, like pointing this out.
See, but I don't think. Again, I think if this goes in the 30-ish range, I don't think that's.
Well, what is it with the buyer's premium right now? Does it have a buyer? It
No
does-
buyer.
No
premium.
buyer.
Oh, baby.
Because, like, you know, this is.
Felipe, are you in? Are you in on this one?
We're working deals.
You want to be on this one? Anybody else in on this on the live chat before I don't start bidding against someone? Because if someone else is going for it, I'll be happy to. Because I think let's just be transparent here. Like, if this thing goes right now, whoever wins it right now, I'm not highest bidder. I haven't bid on anything, but 25,161. That's what, 28, 30.
No, there's no.
There's no bid.
There's no BP.
Oh,
no BP. It's
dude.
even dollar.
Yeah,
What do you guys think about that corner, though? You know?
that's what kills me. Is
I mean,
that's
you
hard
could get
for me.
you could get an 8 with that though.
Yeah.
Could you? I feel like that's like 7.5 territory. Like once you get into that, you know, I don't know.
I mean, that spine is really nice. I see one
It
tick
is
by
nice. Yeah, it is nice.
I think
It
you
is
could get an 8 with this. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, granted,
I
now you you are stuck with the CBCS slab. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Correct.
like with that, like
Is
if it
there-
was like a 6,
what's that-
You could,
is that
you
a-
could still get it in a CGC.
Are those
probably.
color breaks on the X?
I
or is
don't
that-
know.
or is
It's
that-
hard
or
to
is that
tell
the
if it's like
picture?
scuffs.
I
And
feel
then
like that's something on the slab.
And then on the bottom right, in the purple, is that?
I was wondering that same thing. If that's a crease in the bottom right,
No, that's a crease. No, I'm talking. There's by his arm too.
over
Like-
over Iceman's.
Yes,
hand.
that right there. What is that?
Yeah,
Like,
I
is
can't
that
tell
a
if it's
roll-
on the slab or
I
is
don't know
that
if
a
that seems
that
like
a
it's
roller
a case
crease?
thing.
Well, if you look at it, it kind of comes up onto Gene's
Yes.
left foot and
And
then
then
cuts
goes
back
right.
to
Yes.
the edge.
Yeah.
That feels like that's a on the case type of thing.
Like a scratch.
because like that's a really. I mean, the
Defined.
colors on that copy are great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a.
I've never seen a Magneto that red. Like that's really,
much time do I
really
have?
deep.
You have someone bid again, so you have 3
Okay,
minutes.
good. All right, I want to take a look on
Why
my
don't we pull
screen.
up the notes?
Oh yeah, you could.
Yeah, let's pull up the notes on it. I'm gonna look.
CBCS
I'm gonna
note.
look on my screen.
Cursed CBCS note numbers where
Yeah.
you're trying to guess if things are zeros or
Oh
or
yeah,
O's.
The
Oh, they're the
worst.
worst.
If only we had a back cover scan.
I would. It would be great if they would change to just like numbers.
Yes.
Yes.
It's such a pain.
Yes. They all look zeros though. They don't look like O's.
I was
Zero-
about to be like, oh, there is a back cover, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's not. It's like we could just scan that.
Here we go. Whoa, wait a minute.
What?
Why is it not a yellow label? This is what pops up.
Signature series. It's in the notes, but
It-
yeah.
well, was this a? Oh no,
Was-
because this was witnessed, so they must not have gotten a new picture because it said this isn't a verified. So maybe they sent that one in and they didn't update the picture.
Okay.
Well,
All right,
look
well,
at the
here-
now.
you can see from this picture right here. I can't zoom in, but this doesn't have that crease on
What's-
Jean Grey.
Does it have
Is
the
there-
crease in the bottom right corner?
It does.
Yeah,
It
half
it
inch
does.
corner
That's
crease.
different.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
read the notes
does.
there.
As best I can here. So it does have this.
Oh yeah.
crease here.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
But
Okay,
this-
so
about
those
on-
other
what about on the
scratches?
X?
Yeah. What about the X? Nope, it's not
Nope.
Yeah.
there.
Okay, so
What
it's
a-
all in the case.
Back cover.
no back cover image.
What are
It's
all the notes?
that's a really pretty one. I mean, that
Yeah,
is,
it is.
really nice. Usually they're faded, like the several ones that we've had. They don't have. They're not. Even that letterbox is pretty solid, and the white, it's actually pretty
Yeah,
decent.
the white's
You can
nice.
see a little color loss there at the bottom of the top staple. in
Yeah.
Green.
Yeah. Little stress right there.
Yeah. Derek's comment's pretty good. So you guys,
Oh yeah,
Uh,
did you
oh.
see?
talked about
Did you see that
copy,
one on
didn't we?
Heritage a couple
Oh
nights
yeah,
ago?
yeah, yeah.
That's so funny.
All right. Well,
I think someone is about to, like, either they're gonna have to cancel, or maybe hopefully the owner sees. I don't know. That's just I don't know how that
yeah,
works.
this is. I mean, like this is. I mean, if you think that that's your 8.0, like there's no way.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah, no, that's not. I mean, that's
Is that the back to the 4.0 maybe?
possibly.
No, because they have the back to the
hard
4.0, and the 4.0 is a CGC back with a 4.0 grade.
Okay.
So it's not. It's I don't know what it's from.
I mean,
Maybe
it's
that's a verification.
it's starting to cruise. So it's now we're definitely in the mid 30s.
Pe-
All right,
people
so it
are
says-
noticing.
Here's the CBCS.
Oh,
Light spine stress breaks color. Okay. 2-inch vertical crease middle left front cover. Okay. Thin light tan.
so it has a
Yeah.
sub crease. Wow, I don't know if I even a 2-inch vertical
Really?
sub crease. Yeah, because that's a vertical crease middle left
Well,
front cover.
but it's not necessarily a sub crease
Middle
though.
left, yeah. Yeah, it's just a long vertical.
It does not break color.
Name and
Right.
address, top of first page. Interesting.
Oh,
So it's got writing inside and a stamp inside.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'll say like the writing inside. I like those Vampirellas that I got from you guys. I mean,
Yeah.
those all had writing inside, and I got as high as 9.6. So that
Yeah.
definitely doesn't
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
impact it.
No.
Yeah, I feel like
That-
it's more
that
like a
gentleman-
personal preference thing.
Where did I go, Felipe? It was down Long Beach. He lived on the coast. A beautiful house.
San Pedro.
San Pedro, yeah. I went all the way down to San
Yeah.
Pedro. Yeah, the original owner. They bought them all in college.
Oh wow.
Kept them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why he got 9.6s. When I said they were minty, Ryan's like, "I'll take them."
Yeah, I'd say like the average was like an 8.5, but yeah,
Yeah.
then you had like the occasional like I mean there were a good I think I had like 14 or 15 got into the 9s, but yeah,
With the number one was. Do you remember what the number one came back at?
I think a 6.5 or a 7. I think a
Okay.
7.
The X-Men 494 is doing pretty well. It's about on par with
Last
summer
sale.
2020 pricing.
Okay. That's such a good book. Wow, the colors on that are just
Yeah.
so ridiculous. Wow.
Tires premium.
Wow. Look at that letterbox.
Yeah, the
Good
blue
Lord.
is super deep.
Yeah, that is a good looking book.
That's
What did
a
that sell for?
Yeah.
Or has it already sold?
No, it's still going. It's at 14,669.
I think the stupid well where on Magneto where you see like the scuffing on the
specking.
plastic.
Yeah, that's the well too.
Yeah, no, I know, but it just deters from the book because it looks so good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
right there in the heart of it.
Look at the purples on Magneto's helmet. Jeez.
9.2s are averaging just under 14,000.
It's about to go. The X-Men 1. You got 10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm out. I didn't bid, but that's a solid. I mean, for 30 grand. Whew.
Last chance. 1 second.
And there it
There it
goes.
went.
Congratulations to did anybody in the chat get it? I still think that's a phenomenal deal on that book.
Yeah, I do too.
I think
yeah.
that's probably 8 to 10 grand under what it should go for.
Now, granted, that's what CGC would go for. You know, you cut that 20%.
Well, hold on. I was looking at CBCS. I can grab CBCS. So CBCS, a signed CBCS 7.5 last year sold for 36.6.
Yeah,
Wow.
last year though. Last year's
Yeah.
prices
Yeah.
definitely are not this
Yeah.
year's prices.
Yeah, that's true. I'm curious, but that was a 7.5 though.
Yeah, say half grade
This one.
above 7's pretty
Yeah, we're talking on a major blue chip Marvel book.
Yeah,
From
you don't
Silver Age.
see an 8.0 very often.
No, at all. So, man. So it's still sold decent. So that's pretty solid. So, man, that 9.4. What does a 9.4 normally go for?
We don't really have much in the way of comps. Last sale was July 2020 for 15,000 in grade.
White pages too.
Let me pull that up.
'Cause this definitely is a white page book. Oh, it just popped again.
Yeah.
Look at the back. The back looks like a 9.8.
That was a white pages, yes.
Is that where it got marked down as the top right or the top of the book right there? Is just a little bit of.
That
I don't know.
distributor or that ink overrun.
I think it's got a little bit of a corner blowout right there on the top right there. You can see.
Oh, little flake, yeah.
No, all the way to the right. You can
Yep,
see it right there.
the
Yeah,
little tab.
yep, the little tab. That might be the only flaw on the book for a 9.4.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we've had a couple sales in 9.2 this year. The last one was in August, and it went for 11.5.
Wow. Yeah, when
That was a book that went like Comic Boom. That book went crazy with
Oh yeah.
WandaVision and everything.
Mm-hmm.
What was
I
the-
feel like it was the last book that really just got stupid. Like
We gotta-
it blew big.
What was the
Yeah.
old man's Fantastic Four we bought? Was that a 9.4? That
Yeah, it was a knife. The number 9.
Was it number 9? Yeah, that came back in 9.4. That collection was ridiculous. The first Doctor Strange was a 9.4.
Wow.
Avengers 1 was a 9.4. The Hulk 1 was a 7.5. 7.5 AF-15. Yeah, that was all. It was 80 banker boxes, and they were all in old oily bags, and it was just it ruined me for Silver Age because everything was just absolutely crazy. It was super nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sale was a low sale.
That hurt.
Well, listen, off-white to white, we've already established.
Oh well,
Again,
I
wood
will-
chipper, right? Wood chipper.
I would say that's a really nice copy.
Yeah, I was looking at it just because I didn't know if it, but Yeah, I mean,
I should have got that instead of
selling
Sensation.
consistently around 65.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, no way. Hell no.
No,
Okay,
I'd take the Sensation 1 over that.
Yeah. Yeah, that Sensation 1 to me is way better than a Hulk 9.8.
Yeah, there's
But
a
with
lot
the
more of
buyer's
these
premium,
9.8
I
Hulks
think
out
this
there.
is like 64, right? Isn't that kind of what?
No, they already accounted for the
Yeah,
premium.
that's calculated in. Like that's
Ooh,
it.
Was that 49
No. I mean,
it was 56
56, but
the total.
with the buyer's premium or no buyer's premium?
with the
That's
buyer's
included.
premium.
but so without the bar, what did they end up?
So it went for 49.
Yeah,
49?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody shed a tear over that one.
I mean, it's one of those things that all depends. Like, if they're one of the ones that paid like 120,000, then they're not too happy. But
No.
I mean, if you bought it, even like 2019, it was probably, I don't know, maybe 30, 28 or something.
Yeah,
It was about 38, 35, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, young
I mean, if anything, it's like that's still a pretty good sale because I don't know. Like, I always look at like what did it sell for in December of 2020, and like to me, it's like you're probably only going to be like 5 to 10% above that, like based on where everything is corrected to.
Yeah, that book really started taking off back around more like 18.
Well, I mean, that's what I've talked about with like Giant Size X-Men 1. Like, I mean, that book was 15, 18 back in that time period. So it's still pretty elevated. At least in the 9.8s. Other grades I haven't really looked at as much recently, but maybe they've come down more. But and that's one of those things, like the books that sell more often, they seem to, they have a chance to correct, but when you only sell 3-4 a year, you can take a while to correct.
Or you can have an immediate, like, ridiculous correction.
Yeah, it happens every once in a while. I wish it happened. We've talked about that in our like a chat sometimes, where I'm like, you get these like slow bleeds, and you're just like, would it just sell for less at once so we can get over this?
Go
Where's
back to the floor so we can.
Where's the falling knife gonna fall? Like, let's just end it. Like, stab me and let's get it over with and let's move on.
Yeah, I mean, like example, like X-Men 266, like that first Gambit, like that book has been dropping for like 2 years. I mean, I think it's down around 650 now.
It'll find the bottom and then it'll bounce back up and it'll fall off again.
Gambit's a big character, though. I mean, they do him right,
Yeah.
It's similar to Secret Wars 8, though. Like that book was like $250, like before the spike in a 9.8. Like.
Secret Wars 8, that's ridiculous. Like the newsstand of that book is just like, really?
Yeah.
The book I'm surprised has held up really well is Amazing Spider-Man 252. That book still goes for over $1,000.
It's overtaken. Like Secret Wars 8 used to be the black costume book, and somehow 252 has unedged it. Like,
I mean, we just sold a 9.8 newsstand right now. I went yesterday, right, Janie, for what, $1,400?
Yeah.
Wasn't that book like $3,000 at one point?
No, it was like $2,500. I think was the top of the market on a newsstand. 252. What book I'm very surprised that is held is Hulk 340 newsstand in a 9.8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's still going like $3,000 or 20 like high twos.
It's like 3. No, it's like 3,500.
3,500. Yeah.
Yeah. 4K sometimes. And I'm like, wow. Not even signed, just blue label newsstand. That's talking about a popular cover, So
yeah, that's about as good as it gets for McFarlane Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually because I'm not huge into signatures, but that's one of the few books I like signatures on when they do the claws, like when you got a different name in each claw and everything. I always think those look good. And then you get let's see who. There's somebody that never does the claws. I don't know if it's McFarlane. I think he signs outside of them, but
yeah. Well, Todd's one of the few signatures that he still takes a lot of pride in taking his time. Mm-hmm. So,
I refer to it as Tord. It's always Tord McFarlane.
Yeah.
Look at this, man. This book
I think that's a good. I think that's a good price. Like
That is a low price.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I mean,
There's
still
this guy-
sometimes 15% fire screen. So
There's this guy. This guy used to sell them at Frankensons, and
sell these.
yeah. And I took them for white. I took them for white pages on one.
Yeah, I remember. I just got back I got 2 9/8 and one of them was white pages. And Flippy comes over and just immediately buys it for $300. I'm like, he's like, sucker, white pages. And I'm like, okay, dude, you got me. Yep. So the other one was
Got him.
white to off-white.
I can't believe how
this 101 is above
Ooh.
$5,000 again.
Yeah, I'm
51,
watching it.
51.
yeah,
Wow.
The 90-day average is $5,400. So it's not going to beat the record for the year because one sold back in February for $74.
But it's just what's so crazy about it is like it hasn't had the same
Correction.
pullback, you know.
Mhm.
And
But
then
the thing is, the other grades have though, like 9.6,
Yeah.
9.4 have pulled back a ton, but 9.8
is it like-
is not that bad.
is it going to happen eventually, kind of thing, or is it
Well, and that's the thing that always
Yeah.
like I don't mess with those. Like if I see that, I just stay away from it because I'm just worried it will. You know, because everything else
right,
did. So
exactly.
why wouldn't this?
yeah.
But if you kind of look at it, the general trajectory, it's still in line.
Can you see how many 9/8 are available or on census? Like just scroll up. Is that
One
top 2?
186 is what it looks
Right
like.
there.
It's not a lot. 186 of these. That's it. I mean, that's
Yeah.
not a lot to choose from. And the Claremont run in 9/8. I mean, it is considered. I mean, to me, it is the X-Men run to get. You know,
Yeah.
I remember when 94 sometimes outsold Giant Size in the
Oh,
same
man.
grade across the board. You know,
Well,
90
it still does now in terms of 9.8. Lower grades, it doesn't. That's an interesting thing with that one. 9.8 sell for more than giant size, but
it's
the lower grades don't.
impossible to get a 9/8. That book
Mhm.
is
I've seen one in
Because
my
there was
I've
one
never
sold I
seen
think
one.
in the recent big heritage auction. I think it went for like 50.
it never
like
comes
that.
up ever. Like ever. Like what's the its sense has got to be super low 9/8 on those. Man, that I want to know what that 9.6 Amazing Spider-Man 13 went for, because it was only sitting at $15,000.
Let me check if I had marked it. I don't know if I did.
That book is, I've never seen it that high.
I have 795 sold items. I gotta try to look through because I marked almost all the Bobby Blue stuff. So it's like it just takes up all my history. Let's
So it's
see.
your fault, guys. That's what.
Yeah, I blame you guys.
No problem.
Let's see.
Yeah, all Bobby Blues left this time is Young Allies and Zip Comics.
Yeah.
Some MLJs to end the night with.
There's one big zip left. That's that 12, I think it is.
27
No,
or 17.
no, it's the one with the V. It's not a Bobby Blue. It's that one right there.
Just caught another bid on the X-Men 101.
That's Bobby Blue.
No, 22. 22.
Oh, yes, that one. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that one's pretty baller.
Yeah, that was one of the things that was pretty cool on that.
Nazi skull right here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Nazi skull zombie
back.
guy. What is it? Is it slightly brittle? I feel like those are almost always. I feel like they're almost always brittle pages.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's see.
When we're 80 years old, we'll be brittle too.
One day.
Como, where are you at, man?
Columbia, Missouri,
Oh, cool.
out here in the flyover.
This book got another bid, 101.
Yeah. It's hanging in there. It got down to like the last second or two. So
But yeah, I was wondering if like the ones like you guys said you were a little worried the first day. I felt like those Archies didn't go for as much as I thought they would. Like those were like 7 and 7.5s of
Yeah.
the early Archie books. I thought those would go for a little bit more. Let's see. I did watch the 9.6. Went for 36,000. 9.6 ASM 13. The 14 went for 38. And I think that 14 went for very similar. There was a one on, I think, Comic Link this week too, or last week, and I think it went for very similar. But yeah, let me. I can send the link to you, Mickey. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
I put it in the private chat.
So the 96 went for, or the 9.6 14 went for 38.
The 14 went for 38. The 13 went for 36.
There you go. 36,000. Look at that. Is there a 9.8 on the census for this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there is.
yeah, but you can't. I mean, you're talking. It's
That's locked up.
6 figures. Yeah, those aren't
Yeah.
moving. Look at that. I mean, that letterbox. I mean, I've never
Oh,
seen.
wow. That
it is-
bright a yellow.
Yeah, I was just like, it was at 15, and I'm like, I don't think this will ever hold this low. I'm on maybe 22, 24, but it's still sold. It's sold for. It's just and it even this even has the, what do you call it, with the, you can see right by Spider-Man where it's the CGC had that problem with the CGC books,
The Newton.
your rings. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised you can actually see it in the picture. A lot of times you can't see that in these.
Yeah, that one's definitely oily.
The 101 just
101
ended.
did sell. Yep.
Yep.
So that's
Wow.
pretty much the average for the 90 days. It's right around 54.
Okay, the 266 got a number of bids, so it's up over 700 now.
Oh, we helped it out.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We're
Yeah.
doing some lifting.
Swaggerhouse says you can donate too.
Yeah. Everyone needs their money to go to their comic book auctions. Nobody wants to send a super chat over here, you know.
Shame the chat.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool. You know, you guys, you know, whatever. Send Vincent all your money. It's fine. Well, yeah, it's over 700 here. That's kind of where this has been going at, I think. But this one has the thing, you know, it's tough. There's the annual book. I don't like first appearances that have controversy.
I mean, we all love when the character's on the cover. It just feels right. But that annual, I think it's 9. I counted like 9 panels. He's addressed as Gambit. He talks. It's not like it's just like 2 panels or 3 panels. You know, he's referred to. I'm just saying, like,
For real.
yeah. I feel that the annual is Gambit's first appearance because it's a much. He's a part of the story and he's addressed like multiple times. So. But yeah, I mean, the market says 266. So
Yeah, and that's just my whole thing with all that controversy is like, let's just be consistent. If Wolverine shows up for a panel and has like one line and that's a first appearance, how can Gambit not have his first appearance in Annual 40?
That 9.6 went really low. Did we
Yeah,
talk
that's
about
really
that?
low, right?
The
Wait,
GS
Yeah.
Yeah,
really?
Oh yeah.
72.
Oh,
The low sale for the year was 9,500,
Oof.
and that's a good looking book.
But it's
premium?
off-white
White pages.
So, you know.
But, I mean, it doesn't even matter because like some of these had to have been off white of the 14
No, I
that have
know,
sold
I
this
know.
year.
Well, but this is
Oh,
the thing. Is like, I
damn.
feel like, let's see, based on correction though, is this?
Yeah, I mean, but I
where
mean,
you-
in 2020, this book was going for 6,500, 50,
Yeah, we're close to.
6,000. Like,
Yeah, we're close
that
to
kind of
those.
seems like where.
we asked for the immediate correction and it happened.
Yeah. It was like, just go back to the floor, please.
Hey, there
Well,
you go.
Say,
There you
Me
go.
Home is giving some pity super chats up in here.
Oh my goodness.
So we
Thank
just
you,
got to
sir.
pressure. We got to pressure the chat.
Me home. Pity super chat. I will happily take your pity super chat.
Get your tin cup out here and start
Thank you
rattling it
so
around.
much. I
Get
really,
your
really
tin
appreciate
cup
it.
out here. Oh man.
Oh, man, I need to shame viewers more here, I guess.
Oh, Did you guys see? Was it Heritage 9/8 Spider-Man 1?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
Curator
that
copy.
auction coming out in
Oh
January
my
is absurd.
God!
Wait, we're not allowed to
It's a
talk about
9
that auction house here on this.
Oh,
that's true.
sorry.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Right. We can't
Lock
talk
it
about
down.
that.
Lock it down.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
another
Some of the
stream.
Comic
another
Connect auctions
video.
here.
Yeah.
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 We don't want Vince and
Yeah.
Washington replay.
Yeah. Sorry. My bad. My bad. We love
Be
you.
quiet. I was gonna bid on that 9.
that other platform that sells, they don't
Yeah.
have the good stuff.
Oh, but that's that. I was just like, what are
Yeah,
there?
that is
There's
insane.
three
That's
There's three, right? I think three.
I don't
Something
know.
like that,
Yeah.
It's 2 or 3.
That
Yeah.
curator collection. I don't see that books from that come up very often.
Yeah,
The
it's
curator
because-
pedigree.
That's because
I feel like if
Vincent
you haven't, you
and
don't
some
really
other industry guys have them all probably.
They have them all locked down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
There's the books that are already being consigned are pretty crazy. in
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Well,
I was
that's-
just like,
I've taken a little look at it just because I'd heard people like talking, and I was just like, man, I got to check these out. It's
yeah.
But the interesting thing will be like, I mean, a lot of times, I'm trying to think like if January's because like it's right after Christmas, people have spent all their money.
I
But I
think
mean-
March would be a better one
Do
because
the
everybody
people
got their
buying a
taxes.
9/8
Yeah.
ASM1 really
Yeah.
care though?
No, those guys don't really. Yeah, there's no.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you think? Are we talking 1.5?
I mean, an ASM1's never broken 1 million. I don't think.
It seems like the
I think this
9.6
one
plate
will.
went for whatever on Hake, like 500 or 600. So it seems like
Yeah.
$1 million for sure.
I would think at least 3 times, 4 times, 2 million.
Mm,
You only
yeah.
get 3 copies, so
I
all
don't
it
think
takes
it's gonna
is
hit. I don't think it's gonna hit 2
all it
million.
takes is Elon Musk and Bezos to keep hitting the button.
Right.
So.
or Jamie Royballs.
Oh yeah,
It's definitely joining
Yeah.
the $1 million club.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Definitely
absolutely.
joining the $1 million.
I wouldn't be surprised if it broke 1 million, but I don't think 2 million. But we'll see.
It's going to break 3 million.
Let's see. Mark says, not to rehash, but just found Go Cluck has the true back cover of the CBCS X-Men 180.
Oh,
12,800 in 2015 was the
Interesting.
last photo. The back is 80 plus worthy. All right.
All right. Thanks, Mark.
Well, someone maybe got a great deal,
I really feel that is for an 8.0. Like that's that's what that what's that late 2020 price on that
Yeah.
book.
Mm-hmm. Send it in. Get that sweet new
Man,
slab.
this 7.5 CBCS Giant Size X-Men one that's about to end looks really good too. Like it's just really bright.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a nice
an
copy.
absurd looking copy. Like that's a
Oh,
copy
yeah.
where I'm like, I feel like somebody did the
Got some
the
saturation.
treatment on
going.
did the treatment on that one.
Oh.
That's really bright.
And white pages, so we can actually bid on this one.
Oh, so this is actually a nice copy.
Yeah. 7.5 in the grade, 9.8 in your hearts.
Well, these young allies are starting to go here. These were all really
Yeah.
cool,
Yeah.
So, do you guys ever just get tired of watching yourselves make money? Just we're getting late in the night here.
You should
running
see
out
how
of things to talk about.
You should see on our show how much fun stuff that we give away and lose.
Yeah.
We do our best to give back as best we can.
Nah,
All we do is lose.
Yeah. We're the house that actually loses.
Yeah.
I'm
Because we're
I'm
dumb.
honestly just thrilled to be able to hang out and talk about this stuff, and
Oh.
that you guys did this in a very public way where we can all hang out and enjoy it, and really kind of shine the light on some of this stuff, because I mean, I think we've had some conversations in our private chat. It's like this top 3 collection in the last 20 years probably. It's a hell of a find.
I think
That's cool.
probably. Well, thank you. I think that I still think that probably the number one collection in the last 20 years is probably the Promise collection.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's that has
I think
to be
that
hands
that is
down.
probably the number one, hands down. It's
Yeah.
just the quality and era of books is just outstanding.
Mhm.
I think that they were a little generous on some of the books. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie,
Yeah.
you know. So
I think that the Old Man collection that we facilitated would have been up there
Hey, Travis.
because that
Shout out
collection
to
was insane
Dr.
as well.
Sean real quick. Couldn't get home in time today to bid on some cool Bobby Blue stuff tonight, but I did pick up the Famous Funnies one yesterday.
Oh,
wow.
congratulations.
Congrats.
That's what I was going to say. When
Oh.
Vincent was talking, he was talking about it, and I was like, yeah, somebody
Yeah.
commented on one of my videos that he picked up
Yeah.
that Famous Funnies #1.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's awesome.
That was on several that was great. That's such a tough book.
Piece of history.
The
Yeah.
old man had Chesler books
Yeah.
predecessing those, but his Famous Funnies went back to number 7. 4 or 7, no number 1.
Wow.
That
So-
collection was
Yeah.
insane because it was from pulp
Oh,
to golden
nice.
age
Congratulations.
to silver age
Yeah,
to bronze.
Got a good
It
deal
was
on that
insane.
tail. 46.
yeah,
Those went well.
that 46, when you get it and you're gonna see, like, when you actually see it, and when I told you that the reason it got a 5 is only those chips, you're gonna be like, wow, this presents so
Yeah.
nice. The colors are, it's just Bobby's stuff was just in a closet for 65 years. So
And
you know,
I wanted to bid on it too, but I got distracted while we were streaming.
so congratulations
Yeah.
and enjoy.
That's what I was
I-
wondering if you had won one of the 46s, but
No, I was talking to you about it. I wasn't paying attention. I forgot. Do you have your chamber 19 near you?
no, that's locked away. So,
No more daylight.
Oh, that's it. So we
Yeah,
got.
we only keep,
All right, just zips here.
mid-grade books like Tech
I've
168.
I've only got
38
like
in the house.
a Tech 38 and a
Yeah, Red Hood.
Yeah, let's see.
168.
Yeah. Is that a?
It's,
Is that
and that's a Promise #6.
what's the pedigree on the Red Hood?
Promise.
Is
Those
it-
are both.
oh,
Those are
wow.
both Promise collections. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. What's the grade
I'll-
on that?
That one's only 1.8. That's why I could
Yeah.
afford it. So,
That's how I wound up with the Crippen Tech 58. It's got to be one of the lowest grade copies in the whole pedigree. Got to strike where you can.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I try. I this 22 is getting bid up now. I feel like that might be the one that maybe lasts the longest in the. Hopefully, we don't have another like 15-minute, 20-minute ending.
Yeah. It was a good monster stream here. Thanks again to everyone hanging out in the chat. It's been fun. We're gonna ride it out.
But yeah, there's actually I know we're not talking about that other auction house, but they had some really cool stuff where it was these bound volumes. There was a bunch of MLJ bound volumes, and one of them had this that 22 in there, and they said none of them were trimmed. I mean, that's always I have a hard time trusting it, just like bound volumes are trimmed so often, but that one, it was one of the best colors I've ever seen because it had been closed inside that book so long. Because that purple, like that V, is actually like a deep purple, but it fades all the time.
yeah.
Yeah, there was one of those bound ones that I think had the PEP 22 in it, right?
Yeah, that one went pretty big. It went like
That was like really
50
expensive. But
grand
then
or
like we did
something.
the math. It was like, oh, maybe it's worth the gamble.
I was impressed with that coverless 26.
yeah.
That
I
sold
talked about
last
that in a
week.
video this week because coverless 26 went for over $1,000 and
Pep 26.
Pep 20, the first Veronica.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Heritage had a coverless 26, and it's one of those where it's like I would almost crack it out, like for that one, just because it's like because with the coverless Batmans and the coverless Captain Americas, like the front splash is awesome, like on almost all of them, and so having them in a case is fine because you get to see like either like an awesome like Red Skull or something like that, but that one it's like the shield I think is on the splash, and I'd rather I don't care as much about the shield. So
Who are the people that are Frankensteining all these things? You know, I want to know if that Batman cover on that other selling thing that Will won't talk about.
The Tech 27.
Yeah,
Yeah, that we
They-
want.
They have to be putting that together. That's got to be going
Right?
into something
Yeah.
You're
else.
Frankensteining that.
I really wish I would have known about that auction. I'm not gonna lie. I would have asked, anybody would have told me. I said, "What books do you want? Not what you would have bid on." And I would have bought like so many of the detectives and stuff. They went
Oh,
for
yeah.
such. They was,
Oh,
are you talking
the
about?
other one.
Oh, you're talking about the other one. We don't talk about that one.
yeah,
we
that
don't
one.
talk
Yeah,
about the other one.
yeah. We don't
No,
talk about
and
Fight Club.
No, this was on Comic Link. They had a
Oh.
they had a cover only of
Oh, the Mard,
27.
with the Mard back cover.
Yeah, that went.
We're,
for
we're not telling
220,000.
people in the chat. We're literally not telling people in the chat about it.
Is that that
Oh,
auction house that Gary won that?
Yes,
That
31.
one? Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
a
he
tough
messaged
book.
he messaged me about that afterwards. That he
Yeah.
was the winner of that one.
He was
Yeah.
scared to tell me. I'm like, dude, I wouldn't have bid on any of the books you want. I don't really care. But there was a lot of filler stuff that I could have bought, and then I could have offered it for cheap for people.
Yeah, they had a
Yeah.
lot of lots.
Yeah, I would have bought the lots. Yeah, for sure. So, but it's all right.
Yeah, this
Oh
one
man,
is,
the zip is
still
up
going
to
here.
$4,000.
Yeah.
Woo! What's the comps on it?
I mean, the 1.5 sold for $38.40, so it's pretty much in line.
Yeah, we're right under 4,600 right now, where it sits.
Let's see what the so I can see if I can make a comment about page quality again.
Last
22
two.
just caught
It's-
another bid. It's
Oh,
up
okay.
to-
The 1.5 is the same book. Is it? Let me see.
Oh, it
It's
looks
missing,
like it
it's
is.
missing a top corner too. Yes, it's the exact same book that sold earlier this year for $38.40, but somebody recased it. It was in a
Okay.
really old slab.
Yeah, it's up
Oh.
to over 4,900 at this point.
There you go.
Tough.
No,
book.
this one doesn't have a buyer's premium.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I was looking at the 33 with the premium.
But it's
So-
one of those ones to me that's interesting because like it is legitimately an extremely rare book, and I think on the census there are 15,
Wow.
but in the last year we've had, or no, maybe I'd say last 2 years looks like we've probably had 5 sales, and I think it's one of those books where people get this like false sense that it's actually easily available.
Mhm.
And then these ones will actually end up with, eventually they end up with someone who's just like, I'm not selling that. And then it'll probably be 3 years or something before you see another one, or maybe you just have one pop up in the next, each year for the next few years. And it's just like, I think there's probably one big sale or something that kicked it. Yeah. And it actually looks like it. There was a 3.0 in 2021 that sold for 13,000, and that triggered
These out.
all the other sales for this
Yeah.
book.
Yeah, once things get repriced, then everything gets crazy. Everyone's like, oh, incentivized to sell.
That's why I had to have my super duck.
Well, I mean, everybody's sitting on them. The previous generation or second generation before that prices, and they see that it's time
Yeah,
to
and
cash
I mean
in.
that's the type of stuff I look for. Is like you try to catch the tail end of it, where people are like, "Oh, this is actually common," and then you get a few low
Mhm.
sales, and then you can
Drifts
hopefully
off.
grab one of those.
Then you don't see it again for 3
Mhm.
years.
Yep.
Yeah.
But man, like the 6.0 going for 14.4, like that feels like a deal.
Is that the highest on census?
Let's see, 7.5. It's the second highest. Highest is a 7.5.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That one's never coming out.
Is this
Well,
the
that's
same book that sold twice?
It sold twice in 1 year. In June,
Oh,
it sold for
wow.
19.2, and then in November, somebody sold it
Yeah.
for 14.4.
Ouch.
It's faded though. That's my
Oh,
problem.
it's
It is.
faded. Yeah,
The
it's
colors are
faded.
rough.
I remember. Yeah, that's right. I remember watching that one. I thought about bidding on it, and I was like, it's because that sold in the same auction that had the bound books. So you could see at the same time the bound one come up for
difference.
sale that
Side
had
by
like
side.
that looked really nice.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And here we go.
It's gonna get another bid, or is this the last one left, or is there anything else?
We got 27
we're
and
down.
22 left.
We're down to
Yeah.
one book.
Yeah, we're down to $1. Yeah.
Yeah, this
Boom.
auction. There it
Forty
goes.
two.
The Zip 27 is our
Yep.
last book standing.
For
This is
Bobby
it.
Blue.
And 2 minutes. Just got another bump, I guess.
So what's the next? You guys gonna have another Bobby Blue session? I guess at maybe sometime in top of next year.
March, I think.
Yeah, the next Comic Connect auction should have probably another 400 plus Bobby Blue books. For the most part, it's all going to be pre-code and sci-fi stuff for sure. For
Is
Yeah.
it
mostly all
EC or
pre-code.
is it other titles or what's the?
There's going to be some EC stuff. There's definitely going to be a lot of like Tales of the Crypt and
So
Lots of titles and
World of
stuff.
Fear
World of
3.
Fear, yeah.
Because you said he had like every EC issue except like Vault 12 or something, right?
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
let me,
Crime
like
suspense
I just have a
stories.
few here, but I mean,
It's early sign.
just stuff like that.
Uh,
Like all this stuff is going to go.
He didn't have the pre-trend stuff, right? It started like with the new trend, right? When
Correct.
the crime the horror started, right?
Yes, yeah. It wasn't like the earliest was like maybe Dynamic. The Dynamic 8 was probably his earliest like pre-code that he picked up. But like for instance, like the Witch's Tale 20 you guys are talking about, that's a 7.0 already. So shock suspense like 11, 3, 14, 16, 12, 13, 4, 9, 10. Crime suspense 14. Let's see. The Crime Suspense 26 is an 8.0. I don't think that's anything. It's a nice cover, but it's not a
it's
crazy cover.
Did you already sell all the bigger ones or like like Crime Suspense 20 and 17 and
most of we've put the larger. You know what? I don't remember because there's 3 boxes. We're just gonna go through the rest. I don't remember what I pulled a lot of the bigger stuff out, so to go already.
Ryan wants to know, when are you going to really pull out the big bucks?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What's
sorry about that. Stuff. All right. Yeah, we're going to the Platinum Age. No.
What ended up being the biggest book? Was it the Mask?
Pep.
Oh, the Pep.
Yeah, Pep 22. Yeah.
Yeah.
What that sell for? I think didn't it sell for like 85 or 75 or something like that?
No, 60.
But with the juice,
72, I think. It's on the. You can look it up.
That's probably on GPA.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Because I don't think there's one that. Is there one that sold more recent?
Yes, 69,575.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So. Which I was factoring. I was thinking
the guy who won it was in our chat.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, I think he got a really good deal because I thought it was going to go for more.
Oh, yeah, actually, I think he hit me up on the DMs.
Actually, I thought it was going to go for. Yeah. I thought it was. I factored in like 75 ish would be the bottom. So in a couple of years, that won't matter. I think that book will be 6 figures no matter what.
It just never sells.
Yeah.
I mean, it's absurd how long you go between sales of that book of universals, at least even non-universals, like even restored copies you don't see come up for sale.
We'll find another one, Ryan.
Yeah.
we'll find another one.
Yeah.
Jamie says we won't find another Bobby Blue, but I'm very optimistic.
We're looking for Robert Redford.
Yeah, it's okay. Now that you guys are
like Stanley names, it's going to be Jacob Jacobson,
Clark Kent.
Now that you guys are totally jaded and only care about Bobby Blue level collections, you could just throw me the AF-15s that you find.
Yeah.
You get any of those trash Silver Age collections?
Pass it on my way. I'll eat.
What is this?
Yeah, I already deal with that with Felipe already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The booty books that.
Yeah, the booty.
This is booty, dude.
Yeah. What?
This is trash.
Yeah. Anything after the 50s, might as well just throw it out. Never mind.
Yeah. It's free.
It's free. Yeah.
The phrase that pays.
I'm remembering that when you with your sale that's coming up. Like, remember you guys said this was free?
Yeah. For sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, fellas.
Thank you.
We're going for the whole night. it's the end of the auction. I think we probably should wrap it up. I gotta get some food in my stomach.
Yeah, I was doing the same thing.
But
It's
you know,
the
hey,
end.
Jamie,
I just started drinking whiskey.
thanks again for joining.
Cheers.
You know, congratulations on all the sales and the books and stuff.
Congratulations on the win.
You know, for hanging out. You guys.
By the way,
go ahead.
I won the wanted.
Did you?
Oh, he did. Yeah, someone wanted to know here.
I really want, yeah. I'm pretty sure Jamie did buy the one earlier. True. Yeah. It's too nice. It's one of my favorite. I love that cover. And since I don't have a chamber anymore, I got to have something in a red dress.
You're just going to sell it to me? You're just gonna sell it to me for a discount?
Yeah. I swear to God, I'm going to pull it out and freaking. Oh, okay, I'll take
next
it.
claim sale's just going to conveniently pop up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, maybe if in case you guys don't know, we Flip Mode, guys, everybody in the chat, you know, go give them a follow on their Instagram. Although, you know, it pains me to say that, don't actually go to their sales. I guess
we roll the dice for people. At least I do my best to try to give everybody an opportunity.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, man, that damn 20-sided
dice. We don't want too many people in the room. You know what I mean? We don't want too many people over there.
I get it. Yeah. I understand. Well, I like our philosophy is really like we try to I price in the moment. So, you know, and I try to do my best to be as far under as possible and fair. If we get a collection for a decent price, there's a little bit for us, and there's some room for people on the back end to feel like they got a good deal. So, you know, that's kind of the way we do it, and that's why we get a lot of instant claims immediately. And I always have to roll dice for people to give everybody a chance. I just want the guy with the T1 connection to buy up everything. So,
yeah. Well, go give them a follow, guys, if you haven't, over on Instagram. Shout out to Como and Automatic Comics. Thanks again, guys, for joining. You probably should. Their links are in the description. Go sub them up. I'm sure you guys.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate the coverage. We always appreciate
it. Thank you, everybody. For me. Hey, I'm doing a claim sale of my own tomorrow on the channel. You know, I'll be having some not Bobby Blue level books, but you know, some cool stuff.
You got some pretty big stuff that you've gotten in. I don't know.
Yeah, you know, we might put. All right. I might put up a.
Oh, damn!
Like
was that from that comic store?
No, definitely not.
Anyway, Jamie had to go, so we want to say thanks again for hanging out today.
Oh my God. Oh, my bad.
We don't talk about this stuff.
You're gonna edit that out later. He's gonna like go through, like cut that.
Let me play some music. I can get this video demonetized and taken down.
I like this in the middle of a sentence, and it's just like skipped. Everybody kind of goes like this, and everybody's like this.
All right. Well, everyone, thanks again for joining. And you know, hey, we'll do it again. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, we will catch you all in the next stream. Thanks,
hey, Nick, it's been like this. Sorry about
thank you for having us. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. You guys have a good one.
Later.